Time with Berserker and Uncle Buster. Doors open. Good to see you. You know where the coffee pot is.
This is Berserker.
Yo, this is Uncle Buster. Get a cup. Let's talk crypto.
Yeah, dude. This coffee's bomb.
Nothing comes between me and my XRP. All in.
Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to Coffee Time.
Salute.
Live community chat. We talk ZRPs. We talk everything. You can join too. Let's go. Knife hand. In your face. Put it in your face. We got Moon Party by Bagman.
Hey, look
instrumental.
at this.
Sometimes you got to get up in the face.
I just thought of this. Look at what is this? What
Get
is
up
this?
in your face. Knife hand.
Look at.
What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
It's a bomber dropping XRP. Look at it's a bomber dropping XRP.
Let's go, bro.
Get your backs
Get up
up.
in the face.
Welcome. Good morning, gentlemen. Happy
10 toes
coffee
down
time.
in this shit, man.
10 toes.
All
Let's
in.
go. Hang 10.
You don't
We
have
love
to.
this cat.
You don't have to. What is it like? You don't have to understand the vision. You don't have to see the vision. But you do have to get the fuck out of my lane and go sit your glitch ass down because this shit is about to happen. Let's go.
It's about to go down, bro. It's about to go down.
Motherfuckers, let's
how
go.
How much more clowny do we need to get? You know what I mean? Like we're max. We already hit max clown. We've been max clown for months now.
I'm max bullishness.
Hey, I think the word clown, though, helped me survive the last 2 years, bro. Like, if I didn't add clown to my vocabulary, I'd have probably just went crazy, bro. Because clown is just beautiful. Man, you a fucking clown. Shut your mouth, dude.
Extra bullish hour. Extra bullish hour is, I think, taking a
On
time
pause
out for a
little
minute.
bit, yeah.
We're on pause. So, yep. So don't even trip about that. We got Fuma Boys on deck.
I made it. Jesus.
What's
What
up,
up,
man?
man?
I apologize.
Finally.
I know I should be on the bench.
Well, how many write-ups is that? Like 4?
Yeah, that's too many write-ups, bro.
That's 4 write-ups.
Like a bad employee. Like, what the fuck is he? I don't know.
Ooh wee. You got well, no. Well,
Sorry.
you've been grinding. You got your show you've been pushing and rocking that. Everybody hit subscribe. What is it again? Drop that
Today I'm
link.
working.
Drop your
Yeah,
channels, man.
Yeah, I'll drop them in there. I'm not worried about that with y'all. Bro, it's this work. My regular job is killing me, bro. I'm like, I need this moon now.
Ooh wee.
I need this now. We're done. I feel like a clown now. Like
I feel like a clown.
I feel like I should be walking around with a big nose and the Bobo shooting. Like,
Bobo.
It is.
Cryptotherapy. Cryptotherapy
I was-
589, guys. Go hit subscribe.
Yeah, I was
When I
on the
hopped
show. Go look at it. Go watch the video.
Boom, there it is.
Buster been through cryptotherapy, man. This is what we do.
Yeah.
My name is
Berserker, you gotta
Buster.
get interviewed.
I'm addicted to crypto.
Hi,
Berserker,
Buster.
you gotta get-
Welcome. Love
How
it.
long you been here, Zerker?
That's Fuma's project right there, guys. Hit subscribe. Boom. Oh, I've been here for a little while, long enough to see people come and go. But yeah, welcome aboard.
We need to interview you,
love it.
Berserker. Berserker, you gotta get interviewed.
Oh fuck, dude, I'm
You
fucking.
in bags, y'all.
I'm ready to
I've been
go,
nice
bro. I'm
about
ready
it.
to
I've been
disappear
nice
into the
about
woods.
it.
Yeah. No, we'll be around. I think me and Buster were talking maybe continuing like a podcast, but dude, we so close. It's not even funny. Like,
Bro,
let's go. Let's
Yeah.
fucking go. Yeah.
like
I had to get
when
I had to get a fucking deep state, fucking normal ass job, and so I've been busy as fuck lately, dude. I'm just like, man, And I think Extra Bullish is on pause. Like everybody knows we're about to fucking rock it out of here. Everybody knows. So I mean, we're getting positioned. So yeah, hit subscribe, guys. Cryptotherapy 589. That's Fuma's.
You guys
guys
were
see-
talking fire when I hopped on, but oh god, what are you about to say, Nerdy? I wasn't trying to cut you off, bro.
Sorry, real quick. I was gonna say, John, shout out to James Rule XRP. He just purchased $2,000 worth of XRP, only got him 985 XRP, not even 1,000. That's wild.
It hurts, man. It hurts.
That's wild, bro. It hurts so bad not getting like we're so used to like sub dollar, like 30 cents, 50 cents, under $1, but now we're getting like it's half. It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah. Well, dude, even the dip now, the dip is right just below $2. I could have swore it never would have been below $2, but you know what I mean, like ever again. But they're fucking with us for sure.
It's a shakeout, bro. You're hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah.
I started reading articles, and they're literally stating in articles that XRP is becoming too expensive for retail to hold.
They can't.
And it wasn't because of the price of XRP; it's because of inflation and all the other bills.
Bro,
Go ahead, Buster. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it was about the clown thing because X Lloyd says, "Hi, my name is Clown, and I'm a cryptoholic." But I was watching this thing on spiritual awakenings, man, and they're like, dude, if you get caught up in a spiritual awakening, just think of this: like, most people here won't go through that. So just to go through awakening, and even if you know, because some people got to go to the dark side to hit their spiritual awakening, right? Even if you fuck a bunch of shit up before you sit your ass down and go through it, or you had a bunch of shit done, most of these people, especially the NPCs, they'll never even experience an awakening. So and just out of my life, you watch how many people, like in the last 10 years, bro, I've like educated myself, dude, like so far, and then you watch nobody's really doing anything.
Yep.
And it is what it is, bro. Like even the people that have XRP and that, you know, man, these people aren't listening. Yeah, because you're at least acceptance on the vibration chart. And even XRP people don't understand the work it takes. A lot of them don't understand that you're speaking to people way down the vibration chart. They don't give a fuck. They ain't trying to invest shit. They want it now.
It's not
like
meant for them to understand.
Not in this lifetime.
Yeah.
It might meant for them just to go sit their ass down and watch you blast the fuck off.
Yep. And that's their lesson.
Yeah.
Incog, real quick. Does anybody know what happened to G? G's still around. He's just not hopping on the shows. I heard from
Ghost.
one of the. Yeah, no, I don't think he's Ghost, but he's been doing his own shit and he's been like focusing on work. So that's what's happened with G. G's still around. He's just doing his own show randomly, I think. But
shout out to G.
He doesn't hop on anymore. So
you know, the thing that kills me is you see all these articles. We see all the things with Ripple Company and the Ledger and all the craziness. We see it all, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you're going to be a millionaire. We're just not going to tell you when." You're like, "Well, I need it now."
Like, but you know what, Fuma?
They riddled us into this. Sorry,
they told us everything.
Yeah.
They told us everything. No one is just paying attention, and that's why I try to point out to everything is that they told us this back in 1947, 43. That this was gonna go down, right? They told us. They told
Bears
us.
are fucking real. This shit is real.
Yeah.
You know
And then And then if you look at all the new age crypto stuff, I mean, you just have to go to the Swift website. When me and Tony Baggs were in a Uber together in Vegas, talking to this random ass guy, trying to convince him about XRP because we caught the Fuma bug, trying to tell everybody about the ecosystem. But yeah, my easiest thing to him was go on the Swift website and look at CBR Plus and look at High Value Payments Plus. There's literally a timeline on there that says 2026, 2027. It's on the website. Then if you look at any basal information, it literally says July 1st, 2028. This is right on the paper. You don't have to guess anything. So it's like a lot of these people are trying to figure out, oh, when is this going to happen? When is that going to? It's like, no, bro, just read. Just read the document that the bank gave you, the one from International Settlements and the one from Swift, the ones that matter. Just read it. They tell you what's going down. And it's happening exactly to the T, which is wild. And then you have all these random ass, I'm this random crypto influencer. I'm this mysterious account on X, and I have all this insider information. Shut the fuck up.
2 fucking weeks, Chevy. 2 fucking weeks. Ooh,
yeah, regulation is king. That's
it's a
all it
beautiful
is.
Sunday.
I think also with this Judge Torres thing, I think she know the answer, and I know she got it written up. But she's probably like, "Hey, go get you some more before I have to let this go. Go buy you some more." There's probably somebody out there buying.
Yeah.
Well, my girl knows this. She's the one. Buy.
Bro, it's hit mainstream for sure. There's like a TikTok. Normies are on TikTok watching XRP TikTok. They still don't even understand the massiveness of this. They're
Most
just like,
people don't.
There might be something to this. They don't
TikTok.
understand.
There's big ass
bro.
XRP accounts, big ass XRP influencer accounts. They don't even understand what the hell they're on about. There's a lot of people who don't understand any of this shit. Like, really, there is. And then on top of that, there's a few people like Claver. I'll give a huge. I got mad respect for Jake Claver because he breaks shit down for you in detail about how this all works and how this is all going down. If you don't listen to Jake, bro. Like, he literally tells you everything. On top of all of that, like, if you really pay attention to how all this works, it's collateral. You're holding master collateral, and that's why everybody wants it. And if you can't understand that point, that you have infinite leverage power, as long as you hold on and never let go, like, you are the bank, you are a central bank. But if you don't understand how any of this works, or how debt works, or how leverage works, or how any of that works, then you'll never understand. You'll just see it as a stock. And then whenever it reaches, $20, $50, $80, whatever, you're going to sell it thinking that you made a bunch of money, but you just got played out. And who won?
Yeah,
The exchange won, because the exchange got your zeros for super cheap.
Shout out,
XRP plumbing. Ooh.
shout out to the best plumber in the business, XRP Plumbing. $20. This is a super cash app. That's what we're gonna call it today. Got the YouTube super cash app. What
Cash
you know about that 172 watching, man?
Ooh,
But yeah, dude.
Yeah. People are upset about no bull shower. It's all Gucci. It's just on pause. Bagman's got stuff going on. We got stuff going on. It's just, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna let Bags get a break. Can he get a break?
Yeah,
Motherfuckers,
I'm in
they
trouble.
get all upset when we take normal human breaks. Like, what the fuck?
Where's Berserker at today? How dare he go on a date?
That's a write-up. Jeez.
There you have a real life.
Twiddling my thumbs. What am I gonna do? No bullish shower. What nerdy? This is what I was about to say. What you were saying about going deep on the deeper you get in XRP, that's really what changed. Because I was doing 2, 3, 4 years hard on YouTube on XRP, but the influencers that were like, "Oh, it can maybe hit $1," and didn't believe in flip switch, because I believed in flip switch fucking early, bro. Like 18, 19, I was like, dude, this could flip switch. I didn't think it'd be this long, right?
Yeah.
But that sort of changed who I watched, and then next we get into doing our own content. But that's a big reason why, because I think bears are real. I think this shit will flip switch 26, 27. I believe they're going to show you what you think's a lot of money before then, and you're going to have to hold on. So
yeah, I think that at first I wasn't flip switch. I'll tell you guys, I was like, oh, it's going to ramp up. Business is business. It's going to ramp. And then I'm seeing all this bullish news. Not even bullish, the truth coming out. Hardcore facts, what they're doing. USDC flipping on a Ripple. Nothing really moving. All this stuff coming out. And it's not moving. I'm like, oh, there's suppression for real. And they'll probably run the number up a little bit, maybe a $10, and then people will be like, I'm a millionaire, I'm selling. And then all of a sudden, boom, a G. Boom, 2 Gs. Yeah. And you can just be sitting at home having a coffee, and it'll be a G to 2 Gs. We've seen it before, people. We saw Shiba do it
overnight.
We saw Solana do it.
Oh my God, it was like $10 or something. $100 something.
Bro, here's the difference, though. This shit is never going to go back down. Yeah, there might be capitulations. It might whatever in the beginning of it. But dude, the whole point of this is for a whole new system to be on board, to be green lighted.
Yeah.
What you mean to tell me we're going to have 80% fucking retracements, 50% retracements once everything's onboarded? No, fuck no. Just
From
going to
big-
keep going up and up and up forever and ever. Forever.
I would see it. I would see us taking off into new heights. And then, like, I always thought if they wanted to catch everybody, we go in this little super cycle inside a spec run. And then they get all the fucking whales to unload because they're thinking we're going to do another whole spec cycle, right? The people that aren't in the know. And they'll literally catch everybody. You fucking tank it 40%, flip switch, out of here overnight. And they're all fucked.
One last dip. One last massive dip.
In a spec, because we all know how the spec cycles work, but I think that's where when Nerdy says 26, 27, I see the end of this cycle. We hit crazy numbers. People start dumping. Oh, I'll just buy back at the new, at the low. And then they flip switch on them and they got caught with their hand out of the cookie jar.
You know who's savage? You know who doesn't get caught? It's fucking Zebeki and Savage. What the?
Zebeki and Savage, $50 super cash out. Appreciate
We
you.
can all get coffees now.
All,
Oh,
we're doing cubics, man. We're getting cubics with some of this.
ooh,
Yeah.
And someone had a question in the last video. Let me find
Real
that.
quick.
Run
This is on the website. You can go look for yourself. It's not hard. It's not hard.
what are we looking at?
Okay. Just for
It's on the
this
website.
disclosure, real quick disclosure. I'm 100% anti Riddler, I'm this profit bullshit. I am anti all of that stuff.
Well, that's
don't like
real
it.
quick little sidestep. That's proof that motherfuckers with different opinions could be on the same show and still be cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
you're anti-Riddler. I'm all about that shit.
you
I
guys
love
are-
it.
I mean,
I
that's
think
cool.
the
You know,
Riddler-
Airs are real as fuck. Yeah.
Everyone has their own preferences. I don't
Yeah.
care. Personally, I think it's all mumbo jumbo, just a bunch of like idiots trying to put on this facade for other people to believe so they can make money off of people. I mean, if you look at all the large accounts, a lot of the large accounts are pushing that kind of narrative, and they have like 40, 50, 100,000 subscribers, and then followers, and people are subscribed to their page, and they're just regurgitating the same information over and over and over again without any kind of point. And when someone from another account tries to challenge their point, they get offended and then block them because they're being
Hold on.
bullshit.
Somebody got offended at you and blocked you?
No, I'm just saying. Who was it? I
want to call him out.
I'm just saying. I mean, like, if the truth's the truth and you can't handle the truth, then what you're pushing is kind of bullshit. I'm just saying. But anyways, you can go on the website. You can just literally
What
go
website is this for the people in the back?
this is swift.com. So you can go to swift.com. This is exactly the website of Swift, what we're all waiting for. And you see right here on the page, it says inflow transfer after November. We're not in November yet. Okay. It says after November. This is a flow translation for CBR Plus, which is what we have now. Okay, what we're doing will be provided after. Okay, so first transition is CBR Plus, which is MT messaging. Okay, embedded MT generated flow. Okay, this is what we're on right now. What we're moving to.
Real quick, I gotta hop off. I gotta go to the baseball field. But after I leave, Nerdy, hit up Cubic. Someone asked in a comment about, I think the number, the correct cubic. What's the number called?
The ticker?
The ticker or the total amount to supply or
The contract address. Someone was asking me.
Okay, yeah. I'll go over it.
All right, y'all. We'll see. I'll be here
Have a good
tomorrow.
day,
We should have a
Buster.
full deck tomorrow.
Don't play
All
with
right,
the
bro.
balls too much. Don't play
Oh, yeah,
with the
bro.
balls too much.
I'm just getting off to play with my caramel balls. I'm just
Okay.
Caramel. Ooh, sweet. Let's go.
Swinging the stick.
Ooh-wee. Have a good day, Buster. Later.
Let it
But-
pimp.
Bro, so
But yeah, hold on.
so what you're saying is that shit don't go down until after November.
Till after November, because it says it right here. So what we're on is MT, and then what we're moving to is right here. So to encourage institutions to support ISO 222 natively from the 1st of January 2026, there's a date on the website.
I got dates, bro. Oh.
The inflow services become trial for the payment messaging. Look at right there. It tells you. Look at boom. That's where it begins. Look at there's a date on the website. And then you can keep going, and it tells you more about 2026, about 2027, and then after that, going into CBR plus, and then going so on and so forth. See, CBR plus, and then it goes to high value payments plus, which is HVPS or HPVS or something like that. But yeah,
when you start to see dates like that, that means the people who are in the engineering portion of the business have got the change controls in, have tested in prod, have tested in lab, and they're ready to go to prod. And they gave them a link on this. They told the PR people, PR marketing, to, hey, go ahead and put this on the site. We ready to go.
because that's how the real world works. It doesn't just happen.
You start seeing dates for technology implementation.
That's how the real world works. If you want to implement something, it takes time. Like, they've been at this for 10 years and they've tested it for 10 years and now they're ready to implement. So within the implementation, you have a calendar schedule and you have everyone has to go upon those schedules and those timelines and those dates. That's why you have it, because it's a massive transformation with not just one company, but everybody has to move on to a standard. So
if you're doing heavy in banking, global banking, it's not going to be like your standard. I'm replacing the firewall at your local, local gas station.
It's not a small business, bro.
You know
Cheers to everybody. Happy coffee time. This is a live community chat. We talk about XRP. We talk about crypto. Talk about Red Pill. And you can join too. The chat is the link's in the chat. Go ahead and join us, guys.
Yeah, you're right. This takes some time.
It takes some time, bro.
This is not like changing out like your microphone.
I know.
Desk before the coffee time, right?
It's stupid. And that's why, bro, and that's why when I see those posts online, I'm like, what are you guys doing right now? That's not how it works. That's how none of it works like that at all whatsoever.
And then also, with that being said, it's also technology changes that come along, right?
Yeah. But you can also tell who's never worked in the industry.
Yeah.
Because they say stupid shit like that. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? It's not how.
Yeah,
no, they're not even gonna change the ink on a printer, let alone a fax machine, let alone a whole back end system without a calendar. Get out of here.
Yeah, man. I was.
But what do I know? I don't know anything.
I was literally doing a technology business review with a guy I worked with a couple minutes ago, and I'm writing this stuff out for stuff that's going to happen in 5 years. I'm like, bottom of my PowerPoints are like, this may change in 2 years because there's new technology, right? So
yeah,
bro, that's crazy. Like you're putting little breadcrumbs in because you know what's going to go down, but there's other motherfuckers that are like, what's Fuma talking about? Like,
yeah,
it's going to change.
What the hell's he talking about? Yeah,
no, it's happening,
bro. I how can I say this? I 100% believe this court case and everything was a clown show shenanigan now.
Oh, 100%.
I 100% believe it now.
100%.
I believe it goes past the last SEC people to like other groups are like, we need you to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Slow it down with a lawsuit. We're going to do it. We're going to use that and maybe some hash graph crap, but slow it down. And that's how you slow it down.
Well, they do things because, like, for example, a series of events, and then if you have like they're doing the war stuff right now. We're at the war stage, right? After the war stage, because we have peace now, got him. Because we have and because we have peace now, we're gonna move into a financial stage, right? And the financial stage usually comes with a cyber attack or something to push some kind of narrative or something, right? Like we had the Iron Dome because of war, right? So we had an Iron Dome put on a whole nation. People don't even know about it, but it's there now. And now we're gonna have the finance sector, but that probably happened through cyber attack. So we had Iran that went down. Now the second enemy will probably be either Russia, China, somebody with some kind of smart technical power, and then we'll just blame it on them, and then we'll pass like this legislation. At the same time, what the genius, the genius and the clarity, the stable coins, they're all basically technically passed at this point, right? So they're just going through the next stages, but that can all be executive order, boop boop boop, and then there you go. So we're close, but when it comes to pricing XRP and stuff like that, I don't think we see real money until 2028. I honestly believe we don't see money until 2028, but until the up, maybe 27, but the uproar, the momentum up to that point in time is what we're going through right now, and I think we're basically seeing the readjustment of society, which will be the new normal, and then we're going to see like the infrastructure of the new society come around the same time as all this.
You know what? You just touched on something that we need to talk about. This there was a password dump on the dark web where a lot of accounts are compromised right now.
Yeah. There was someone else has got hacked. 6 million users' information was compromised.
Yeah, so they're saying it's everybody's everything.
Yeah. So they're already basically building up the narrative for the cyber attack and how your information isn't safe and how we should move into encryption and everyone should have a smart wallet because it's safer and then you can protect your information. You have sovereign over your data and you don't have to worry about redundancy because you have the recovery keys.
You know what? It's funny you say that. So everybody out there, go change your passwords on everything you got. Go rotate them. I know it's a lot. I'm doing it right now. It's a lot because you got passwords to everything. So change your Gmail passwords. That's where we're at right now. Yeah. And your banking passwords, change them. This is why I keep telling you guys to get the money off the exchanges and put it in a warm or cold storage wallet because your crypto exchange password's been compromised. This isn't a FUMA thing. It's on the internet.
Yeah.
Have at it.
I say this. Hold on. Where is
it? We know he gonna break out.
One of these. Get you a FIDO key.
Yeah.
Get you a security key. Just go buy two. You need two of them. You can't use one. You need two. You need one as a backup. But get two of these keys and secure all of your accounts. And guess what? You could use your ledger. You can use your ledger to secure all your accounts. You can use your Decent wallet. You could use your crypto wallet to secure your wallet and use it as a security key. I bet you guys didn't know that you can use your hardware device like that, but you can. You can. So how you do it is that you'll plug your device in, and for Ledger you have to download the security key app. But for Decent, you don't really have to do anything. You just once you plug it in and you'll have connected, it'll be like technically be a connected device, and then you add security key, and then it'll prompt you on your Decent wallet or whatever to remember it, and then you'll remember it, and then boom, now your wallet is your security key for you secured your account, and that's way better than OTP or two-factor authentication or any of that bullshit, right? That's all garbage, right? Because I'm going to use Google Authenticator, but all my passwords are linked to my email. That makes sense, like it's stupid, right? So I say if you're gonna be more into network security, because that's what we're going into, you need hardware keys to be secure. Without a hardware key, any kind of data is not going to work.
So when you got that, did it generate the private key for you to write down and store?
It stores it right on the device.
Okay, so if you lose the device, what happens?
The private key, it's the same private key that I use to recover my funds.
So you looked it up here. So you have it attached to your ledger, in other words.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep. That's cool. So as long as you got your ledger, you're good.
Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Not only do I have my money secured, but I have all my account secured. So I don't have redundancy over my money. I also have redundancy over my information and my passwords and all my authentication. Like that's crazy. That's a whole nother level.
In the real world, because I was going through some paperwork, and so right now most companies, when we do work for them, they ask for RSA two-factor authentication for whatever products we do.
Mm-hmm.
I see, I forgot where I read it. It was like they wanted a different type of two-factor, which falls into the category of what you have. So I guarantee you, society will get to a point where if you go work for a company or you go do something else, you're going to have your own YubiKey or a ledger to work at that company.
100%.
They're going to be like, come in our system, plug your stuff in. You'll give us a public key. We'll give you that's generated off your private key. And
100%.
We'll give you access to our system that way.
100%.
And then you'll go to work using this device that's your own device to log into the system so they know it's you.
You're overcomplicating it. It could be a lot simpler than that. You have one company that has one device that gives everyone their own address, but gives them a memo. So now the memo, the ID tag is now tied to one address. So you can have different divisions of different sectors of a company with different addresses and have memos for each employee that identifies as an employee number.
Oh, so you go plug in and you off of your private key, it generates a public key that it's just more for the memo section of them.
Yeah, it would be more. You would still get a card but the security admin or whatever would have access to the actual, maybe the hardware device or whatever, the supervisor or whatever would have access to the hardware device of each thing. But it'll be multi-sig, so you would have to get approval from higher up to even access anything. And I think that's the way security is moving in that direction. Because if you look at it, the biggest problem with security is OTP, and then having like OAuth connections and having everything linked to your email, whatever. Like it's a big security risk, because what happens is that you attack the email address, and the email address is recovered through like a SIM swap. You SIM swap a phone. You gather their number, and now you have access to OTP, a one-time time password that you can generate to recover their email password, that you can create a new password, take over their account, and now you have access to all their shit.
I'm not sure why companies are still using that, dude.
Yeah, so it's like, it's a really big security risk, and I don't think people don't really understand how big of a security risk is. And then you look at, how is that secured? Oh, that's secured through, again, your phone number, which could be done through SIM swapping, or I have an authenticator. Well, your authenticator is secured through your fucking email. That's again is secured through your phone number.
You got Marvin Davis. What's up,
Marvin?
What's up, Marv?
What's up, fellas? What's happening?
Chilling, bro. People are bullish. People are bearish. People are right now. It's like pure confusion. Pure separation.
Oh, it's up right. They're trying to shake y'all out. I'm telling you.
They really are, though.
They're trying to get you out.
They really are, though.
They're like, XRP is over $1.98. Yeah, we'll take your XRP over here for this car. Yeah, just come on over here.
But that's the thing you guys touched on earlier. Fuma, you were saying it earlier, where it'll be, you're sitting there having a coffee and it'll go to fucking $1,000. The trick is to hold on. Because if you really know what the fuck this is worth and will be worth in a short amount of time, in a relatively short amount of time, we're not talking 10 years, 20 years. We're talking 5 years, 2 years. Shit, honestly, I'm bullish. I don't even think it's 27 or 28. I think it's now. It starts now, ish.
Yeah.
But
no, it's
what
already
does start
started.
mean? What does start mean? Does it mean $10? Does it mean $50? Does it mean fuck around with us, have that massive dip after it hits $10, or after it hits $20, then we massively dip down to $3? Everybody fucking freaks out. Then we fucking skyrocket to 1,000 over coffee. Like, what does it look like? Yeah. But I think it's now. It starts now.
It's correction. We have to correct. We're over leveraged. No matter, even if Judy injects liquidity into the system, like, we'll never move back to a gold-backed system. Let's get that clear, because it's literally impossible.
I don't think we're going to be in this fuckery system or fuckery space that we are now.
I know, but check this out.
It's waffling around $2, $2.40. It's just fucking, what are we doing?
Like, well, I'm trying to get at that. The price, where it comes into is with Judy. The price comes in with Judy, okay? Because you have to understand how important her role is in all of this stuff, okay?
Love Judy.
We love Judy. Honestly, Judy, we love you. If you're watching, thank you.
Chef's kiss, Judy.
Yeah,
Chef's kiss.
Judy, we love you. If you really pay attention to all of this stuff, we're in a liquidity crisis. How you get out of a liquidity crisis? You inject liquidity into the crisis, right? You solve it. So how do you do that? You do that with Judy Sheldon's treasury bond proposal. We're not moving back to a gold-backed system per se, but treasury bills are now, you can convert them to gold and redeem gold for them. That's what the bill proposes. So it's kind of like a gold-backed system, a hybrid debt-backed gold-backed system. But the thing is that because our debt, our national sovereign debt, is our control of the world, is our grip, we can never let it go. So
Marvin out in the country, bro, chilling, kicking it.
Yeah, man. Got here for my family reunion, man. I'm in Arkansas, man. So yeah, I'm in the country right now.
That shit looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's hot as a motherfucker. I'm going back in.
He's going back in.
Yeah, I just popped on, man, to holler at y'all real quick, man. Say what's up to y'all. What's up, former nerdy? ZRK.
Hey,
I miss Buster. But shit, man, salute y'all. I'm gonna get back to the back, man, and listen in, man. So I'm gonna tap out.
Enjoy your family reunion. Hope it's dope.
Yeah,
for shit show.
I'm mad that I didn't get an invite, but have fun.
I thought we were family, Marvin.
Bro.
Hella funny.
I could have been like your little nephew. Like, come on, what's up, bro?
What I get was, what does a missile strike have to do with the cryptocurrency market?
It has everything to do with the cryptocurrency market because the market is based off of everyone's emotions. It's people. You're watching people. You're watching people's emotion on with numbers.
So okay, let's go through that then. Let's all have this conversation. A missile hits another country that has whose crypto exchange got hacked, I say.
By the way.
Shouldn't say that, put that out there. And then they get hit with missiles. So people dump.
I think it's two separate. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I think it's two separate things. And it is truly, because even though I hate that whole buzzword, oh, it's a distraction. Well, yeah, everything's a fucking distraction. But what are they distracting us from? I think it's two separate lanes. There's traffic going this way in the crypto world, and it's just moving forward, bro. We got the Clarity Act. We got fucking Genius Act. It's moving forward. But this whole missile bomb shit, the way it's correlated or connected to it is that it is doing its purpose, which is keeping everybody from focusing on what the fuck's over here. Meaning they're not buying like they would normally if no other shit in the news cycle was going on and it was just Genius Act. Dude, everybody and their mom would be, XRP would go viral.
Yeah.
But it's not, because what's going viral is the psyop of Iran, Israel, all that shit.
Don't forget the baby oil.
Baby oil, the Diddy psyop.
It greases me up and down.
If you believe that the geopolitical shit is important, sure, okay, it is, okay. If I got family in Iran, I get it. I understand. Certain people have personal connections to it, but the majority, in my opinion, the majority of people do not have personal connections to Israel. Iran.
Not at all.
They don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck.
A lot of people,
If they were honest, they don't give a fuck about that. But their psyche, right? No, their psyche can't help but like, ooh, Apple Watch, ooh, whatever the fucking hottest thing is. That's what that is. And so, but they're not focused on what they should do now, which are utility coins.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Whirlwind said it best. What happens? Oil. That's what happened. That's what happens to the market is oil, right?
Well, Isn't fucking the Iran bombing and shit? Don't they control the majority of the world's oil traffic? And maybe this is T-Dog going drill baby drill. Maybe fuck Iran.
Yeah.
Maybe Iran's oil traffic, because they'll use that to fuck with us.
No, the competitor is the Saudis, right? So the Saudis just took out their competition.
I don't even think about. I think about that's one avenue.
So we're gonna buy Saudi oil.
Is not getting in line with the rest of the bank.
Saudi's gonna buy our oil.
Yeah. Iran's
so we are gonna drill.
Now that Puma go.
You
Sorry.
know what I'm saying? Iran's banks. It smells like a banking issue to me. When your bank doesn't get fined, you get bombed.
So it's like the war. It's like the original Iraq wars and shit, where the real reason to go in there wasn't fucking oil. It was the central banks.
Yeah, it was gold. All the gold. We took all that shit. We took all that shit.
Because if you think about it, they weren't really doing anything last year.
Yeah.
They weren't doing it the year before.
Did nothing, bro.
Yeah.
So this is how it works. So the UAE donates trillions of dollars into our economy. We release a golden passport for $5 million. Those people come and pay $5 million to come into and get a passport. They invest money into us. They help our economy. In return, we help them with their favors, which is take out their competitor. So we took out Iran. We have connection, Dubai and America. Ripple is there. We have Trump is there. We have the three buildings. The Abraham Center is there. Yeah, Dubai. We have the line. Dubai doesn't have to worry about any of the I think it was like it's between the Sunnis and the Shias or whatever. They're like the Iranians or the Sunnis, the Dubai people. They're the Shias or whatever, something like that. It goes way back. Anyways. Their competition goes away. Now they're gone. So now these people are really happy and they have peace and everything moves forward. And everyone's happy and everyone moves forward and we're all rich again.
And this is a banking issue.
Bro,
I hate
some
to
of the
say
guys
that,
in the
it's like a
chat,
debit card not working. It's not your account. It's the bank. They got a card.
And what did Dubai just push right now? What was the latest commercial? You can pay with your face.
oh, dude.
In Dubai, we don't use cards. We pay with our face.
It's funny what we bitched about 3-4 years ago about fucking
do.
surveillance
Right?
and biometrics. Now everybody just does whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude, some of the guys in the chat want to know where they can get like a YooooOOOO or something like that. Where do you get one of those?
Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy.
So it's not like
Literally
so explain to them. It seems like there's a little bit of fear behind it. It's not like buying a cold wallet where they can fucking open it up, compromise it, and then re-shrink wrap it. No, a YooooOOOO is a physical key where you actually fucking need it.
You plug it into something. Or
Yeah, it's
tap.
not like
Yeah.
So that in it of itself is the fucking key. If somebody could clone it and then re-shrink wrap it, I don't know if that's a thing.
No,
So,
it's not. It's not.
we got Chenzo. What's up, pimp? Chilling.
What's up,
guys?
Thanks for having balls to come on, bro. It's been like 40 minutes. None of you motherfuckers are coming on. And there's like 270 fuckers watching.
I
Good
think
morning. Happy coffee time.
I think at the end of the day, what happens is that Dubai, because what happens is our oil is the most purest and best oil in the world. I don't think a lot of people understand that, but we have the best oil in the world. A lot of people are after our oil because it's the best oil in the world. We get cheap oil, which is okay oil, which is all right oil that we get from the Saudis, right? They want our oil because our oil is good oil. So what happens is we can make a deal, help each other out, buy each other some barrels, invest some money in our infrastructure. We'll help you out with your stuff. We'll protect you. You don't have to worry about nothing. We got your back. Everyone is good. Everyone keeps using the dollar. Everyone keeps buying T-bills, keeps buying bonds. We're all gravy.
It's probably because of the filtering process. When you pull oil out of a desert, you got sand and other items that are a part of it. But when you don't, a lot of our stuff here, it doesn't come out of the desert. It either comes out of the ocean side or it comes out of a swampy area or
That good shit.
Yeah, so it's probably doesn't have that many extra things to filter out. Huh. Fun fact. Learn something
What
new
a
today.
concept. Yeah.
Hey.
It's
Drill,
from
baby,
the
drill.
finest, purest dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yo, you want to hear something funny, Berserker?
What's
that
up?
was a fake narrative that they put out there. And you know this. I know you're just.
Oh yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
Fossil fuels. You can't get a fuel from a bone
No, it's
or a rock.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Can't
it's like
get
a biblical
planet.
thing. It's like regenerative. It's like water. We're not a water shortage. There's aquifers that are fucking trillions of gallons underneath the ground.
Yeah.
There's
we have
wells, bro.
abundance.
If you know anything about wells, you live out in the fucking country, bro. Motherfucking wells, dude. I live on a property where the motherfucking well's been running smooth as fuck for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
We're not in a drought
Yeah.
ever.
We're not.
It's just
We live on a water planet. God damn it.
It's a fucking
Stupid.
water planet.
The planet's water, dude.
Idiots.
Covered
You
by
need to live on
water,
a water
81.
planet and say you're out of water. It makes
Yeah.
no sense.
It's the Earth's blood, oil. Yeah, dude. It's a mineral.
And then the natural filtering of so everybody knows this. You learn this in elementary. The ocean, the how can I say, the sky takes water out of the ocean, creates it in clouds, dumps it in the mountains, and it rolls down the mountains, and we drink it, or it goes into the soil or the ground, and we drink it. In order to wreck that process, you got to blow up the planet.
You gotta blow up the planet.
Absolutely.
Absolutely ridiculously asinine. That's the
Yeah.
only way to stop the natural process
Like
of
California
regenerative
had you
water
laughing.
and oil. Yeah.
California was claiming there's a drought, but they got flooded, right?
It's minnow, dude. Here in the minnow, if you know, you live like
Bro.
northern Cali, all the mountain snow, like Tahoe mountain snow, Sierra Nevadas, it fucking comes, it snows, it melts, it drains off, goes down American River, goes out the fucking bay, goes down Sacramento, goes
Mhm.
out the bay. They
know-
they don't fucking hold none of it. They don't fucking save none of it.
None of it.
Bro, remember when
sure
LA
is not.
burned down? Malibu burned down? It's because the fucking reservoir was empty because
Yeah.
that bass bitch from LA fucking stopped it all. And Newsome.
Yeah, they're assholes.
They haven't saved water for years, and it's all planned out to make our dystopian fucking fear
It's on
monger.
purpose.
You
Bullshit.
know why that stopped? I'm gonna tell you. I remember why it stopped. I was little, man. I was in it was like the 5th or 6th grade, and they used to have those water fountains everywhere. Remember the
Yeah.
water fountains?
At the parks, everywhere.
They were everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like
They
phone
cut a
booths.
deal with Nestle, and Nestle was like, "You got to get them out of here." And then they start
Damn.
pulling all the public water fountains out, and then they started selling water. That was like the 7th or 8th grade. Remember, you used to never buy water.
Oh,
Never
never,
buy water.
never, bro, never,
Go buy this water fountain down the street.
never. There's one in the
Drink out my
store
neighbor's hose, you know?
everywhere. Yeah. And you
I
know what,
remember.
Fuma? Everyone knew that the best, coldest water you would get from a hospital. or like a public building or like an office building, something like that. You'll get the
Yeah, they
best
had the big
coldest
water
water.
fountains. You're right. They had that big old box with the tan box that had like
Yep.
fake concrete on the outside of it or whatever.
Yep.
Yep.
Push that little button, you know, that little silver button.
The little button, bro.
It looks
Yeah.
like this on the thing. You're
Every park, every fucking public bathroom, everything had a water fountain next to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's crazy how you don't see that shit anymore. It's like
They
old
stole
cool phone booths. They don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Because they want everybody to pay a fucking cell phone bill.
Pay a bill.
They want everybody to buy Nestle's fucking stolen water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro.
And Nestle's water is just tap water bottled up.
Bro,
They-
the CEO of
they have
Nestle,
for that.
you see the CEO of Nestle did a video. He's like, water is not a right. Dude, that's so fucking evil.
Yeah,
That
it is.
motherfucker, that's like crimes against humanity.
Yeah, it is.
We got Larry here. He goes, how much would I need to hold on my utility tokens? Currently have more XRP at the moment. All of them right now, as much as you can. That's the answer, Larry.
Yeah, and you're so what I would say when it comes to, because people always ask this question, which one is more valuable than the other? Which one will give me more returns than the other ones will? XRP, XRP, XRP. If you just
look at
you
it
just
first.
if you don't really are not really informed about other tokens or whatever, and you're just not familiar with it and don't really care to familiarize yourself with the whole industry, then just buy XRP and just shut up and just hold it and just call it a good day and just keep your day job, keep your normal life, and pretend like you don't have it, and just keep stacking it, and then you'll be fine.
Damn. What's
Yeah.
up, Chenzo? You doing good, brother?
Yo, what's up, Shins?
Doing all right. What was I gonna comment? Oh, you're just mentioning the Nestle guy. Isn't he the Klaus Schwab's replacement at the WEF
Yep.
as of like a few months ago now?
That's
Mhm.
crazy. That's cool. You brought the sauce in. I forgot about that too.
Yep.
Yeah. Super dystopian satanic fucks too.
And
Taking
that
water from
Yeah.
people and shit. Yeah, dude.
he connects
Crazy.
directly to Mark Carney too.
Mm.
That is nuts.
And when you guys were
But-
talking about the oil, it reminded me, I think it was about 2 years ago-ish. Pretty sure it was like Extra Vod who posted in one of his videos. He posted, it was like a repost of a video, something like US military / US intelligence. And the guy was talking about how the US had essentially dug all these wells all over the country, including Alaska, and just like filled them up with oil. So apparently there's all these secret oil reserves. That's kind of the little conspiracy there that got me thinking about.
and we haven't touched any of that shit in the States like
Yeah.
our entire lives, 50, 60 years.
Yeah. Didn't
Last
Trump?
time people were pumping for oil was back in the 50s, 60s, 40s
Yeah.
in Texas.
Didn't Trump mention that he refilled all the reserves that Biden emptied? I thought that he announced that. So I think.
Well, like Shell pumps oil on the ocean, like Fuma said, but they own all that shit.
yeah.
Back in the day, back in the 20s, 30s, I think Texas, every fucking household had an oil rig.
Texaco is huge, and then BP is massive.
Bro, I gotta go pee.
Did you
hold
guys,
it.
Go ahead.
did you guys see that news about, I want to say 2-3 weeks ago, that some kind of like tech incubator startup in New York like created some machine to make oil out of air? Like several YouTube channels covering XRP were reposting that. And I think this Larson's apparently invested in that company. I sent it to my buddy and he was like, this is not real. I was like, seems to be real. Did you guys?
Oil out of
Yeah,
air
yeah.
or water out of
Yeah.
air?
Oil, straight up oil.
I've seen the water out
I'll
there.
find,
I don't know about
I'll
oil.
send
I
you-
don't know about all that.
yeah, I'll find it because it was just like 2-3 weeks ago. Well, been
I did
Air
see the article that they found this is some crazy stuff. You guys got to look this up. They
Air
found
Sila, it's called.
hold on, what is it called?
Air Sila, like air and then CELA.com. And it was like a whole bunch of XRP channels were posting that I want to say 2-3 weeks ago. And someone mentioned that Chris Larson was invested in those guys. And yeah, they're making straight up oil out of air.
It says new era of fuels is here, and it's made from thin air. I'll drop it in a chat. We can all go to the website. Give me a sec.
Hold on, share your screen.
Oh, you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, just share your screen. Just read over its cover real quick. We still have to go over cubic. I gotta share lines about that. Thanks for bringing this up, Shinzo. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's, like I said, my buddy thinks it's not true, but it seems that I saw a few articles covering it, like some kind of Bloomberg or something related that seemed official. But who knows?
So, you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look at it. It's fuel from air. That's what they're saying. Let's not even go to FAQs. Let's just break this down. Let's see what we contact them. Let's see what they says. Okay, it's got an email address, got no phone number. Commercial inquiries. Are we really going to contact Johnny? But okay, maybe they just did Johnny's name like that instead of just a regular mailbox. But that's cool. That's not too bad. I've seen worse. Let's meet the team.
Was that in New York?
They look fake.
They look fake.
I can't scroll
I'm
down.
kidding. I don't know. I'm just being silly.
I can't scroll down.
Steffi's like, they're AI. That's not real.
He's like, everybody's like, oh my God, Steffi's right. What's up, glitches?
What's
my
this?
God.
Is the water in the air generator type shit? What is this?
Making oil from air?
Yeah, this is the entire thing, dude. I can't it doesn't let you.
There's
scroll
no
down.
about. There's no explanation. Go on the facts. We have to read something. I just want to look at pictures. This is an Instagram page. This is not a website.
Hold on.
It's always some
If you
like
look at
fucking like no makeup wearing fucking scraggly looking hipster dudes with skinny jeans. Like these fucking startups are all fucking. They all
Hold on. This
Hold
is
on. We got a Google
Drive.
file. What the hell?
They have a
They
Google
actually do
file.
a demo on their YouTube channel. Let me see if I can share.
That video, last one. Bottom
That
left.
video is definitely fake.
Bottom left. Click that. What is that?
This is a Google Drive they share out, y'all. I'm not
I don't
making
know if you want to download that, but
thank you for compromising my PC.
Hey, maybe you'll undo that 16 billion fucking password hack. It'll actually protect you.
Let's look at the leadership team.
Sheesh.
Okay, that's better.
I know,
I'm
but if you're
feeling
not
better.
telling me about your product straight up off the website,
What's
the point of the website?
See the people first.
all right, go ahead. We're gonna see because I don't know. I'm skeptical.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm
it makes the same sense, Jeffrey Dahmer. We should start a company and make oil by harnessing Zerker's burps.
Oh,
It's
they're
the
doing
same
carbon
shit. It's like, what the fuck?
No,
the
they're,
dumbest shit
they're
ever.
doing carbon capture. That's what this is getting at.
Carbon capture? Oh my god. Are these
Yeah,
people
dude,
gonna
they're-
just mine oil and then offset it with carbon credits by buying a
No.
forest?
What you do is
You know what they look like? They look like
Well,
they
I'll
just
tell you
go
what
through
it is.
shopping at Trader Joe's. That's
So
what it
what
looks
it is,
Definitely,
you
definitely
put-
Trader Joe's. Definitely
Yeah.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah, what it is they're called carbon stacks, and what you do is they're like these big machines. It captures carbon out of the air and brings it down like it's a dirty dust thing, and then you take that and make a fuel out of that. The only thing is, I don't know if that's what they're trying to do. Carbon capture.
Synthetic fuels. 15 engineers in Manhattan.
They're using plants to make oil, saying it was air. Yeah. Dumb shit.
You can't turn water. Into
There you go.
Carbon
Let's get some
capture?
oil.
Really? They're gonna try to suffocate people to make oil?
No, it's the whole carbon footprint, carbon credits bullshit.
This is not gonna last. I give this maybe a couple months. This company's not gonna be around, bro. This is crazy.
It's a waste of fucking money.
This is bullshit.
They're using. I've heard this technology, but
Dude,
Looks
how
like a
much
bunch of
oil
Israelis.
Are they producing enough to burn a lamp for a year? You know, like
They all have 8 fingers.
A tiny amount. How much are they producing? That is a good question, Steph. How much
much
oil
are
are
they-
they producing out of this?
all right, let's go see what they got.
Do they make med beds too?
Are med beds real?
No, fuck that. Get out of here with that. Don't even bring that up.
Are med beds
I
real?
hate you.
Like,
Don't even
seriously,
bring
man.
that
I
up.
wonder.
No, fuck you. Don't even bring that bullshit up. I swear to God. Don't do that.
Is that a med bed right there? That turquoise?
you.
Whatever. The fuck is that? Is that a gas pump? Put it in your butthole and you pump in med bed technology.
My goodness. This Tesla coil is gonna rejuvenate your whole soul. I mean, just put this coffee can under your bed and everything will be fine.
This is what they want to do. They wanted people so confused about every which way psyop that
What's leaking a chow?
this is also distraction.
It
Oh,
is.
let's wait on the RV while let's RV the dinar and forget about utility coin. You get what I'm saying? Let's pump
That's cold.
med fucking Tesla zap energy up your butthole
What's up, bro?
and wait for the RV. Yeah.
This was Democrat money that just got fucking announced that they've been fucking spending on for the last 4 years.
Bro,
The slush fund, dude.
the
It's fucking
revaluation of the dinar.
money
was-
laundering at its best. Yeah.
Right here, bro.
Water-based solution containing
Hold on, we got a video.
potassium hydroxide to capture carbon dioxide directly from ambient air. It flows through a specially designed chamber. Yeah, this is carbon capture, and they're just adding the carbon with another chemical to give you a fuel.
Oh, there's a video, Fuma. Play the video. Run the video. I don't.
Neuralink suppositories. Let's go.
You're right.
Isn't
Run
this
the
one of
video.
Isn't this the funding that Trump, when he announced all the funding, he was-
Private.
isn't this one of them?
No. I don't.
Romeo, what's up, pimp?
Carbon stuff.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, Steph.
Just get oil from the ground. It's easy. It's cheap. It works. Just do it. Why are we doing all of this? It
Yeah,
makes no
until they
sense.
fucking unveil the already existing gravitational fucking free energy, like
Bro,
just use oil.
we have an abundance of oil. We have diesel cars with 1 million+ miles that are still on the road. We have a working platform that works. Why
But
change
they'll
it?
fine us for not having our emissions correct. And then like some factory will burn, which will be 1 million times worse. 100 million times worse. Some building burns down and it negates every fucking
Man,
emissions law out there.
I was
Fucking catalytic converter. Stop burning fucking buildings, you
Right.
cocksuckers.
No, I was watching this thing how all these people were having EV car regret, and they're returning their cars because every time they want to go travel, they spend more time trying to find a charger, and a charger that was a fast charger rather than a
Well,
slow charger. In order,
you're not
they had
even-
to
Bro,
find all these.
you're not
different
even-
things.
You're not even talking about
Stupid.
every fucking EV out there, especially Teslas at like 100,000 miles.
That's-
their batteries go defunct. And to be able to replace that battery is more than what the fucking car is worth. So you're fucked. You're buying a limited EV that's only got 100,000 miles capability.
Well, I think a lot of these people never owned an electric car toy, where you have like a monster truck that you're operating, and then the monster truck runs out of juice, so you have to go and find Duracell batteries to put more batteries in. But it's an easy thing that you're taking out the old cells and putting in new cells, and you can just use it right away.
Bro,
It's
even the fucking
wild, right? That's
even the
not
high
possible.
end RC cars with the fucking lithium ion battery
I
pack.
remember that, bro. I remember
Remember
that.
those? That
Remember that.
battery pack was more than the fucking cost of the car.
This is
Yeah,
but
$23
how
long-
for
how long
batteries,
did it take you to charge it?
It's not that now.
And the charger. Remember the charger?
Yeah.
You had to
That
have
little
that
battery pack,
little
bro.
Long in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had
45
that little
minutes.
yellow connector with the official connector. That was some nerd tech shit back then, and it was like $150 just for one of them battery packs.
And some
Fuck
genius
you.
was like, this will work with cars. It's like, no, bro, it doesn't even work with the toy. How's it gonna work with cars?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
had
the
to put
exact
black
same
tape around the
situation right now.
battery. Before the battery would leak, you had to put the black tape
Yeah.
around it.
And what did we all want as a child? We wanted a gas power remote control RC car because the gas powered ones were way faster and they were way
All right.
sicker, right? So
Yep.
I'm
So
gonna
I'm
play this
saying-
video, and then I
Yeah,
gotta
run it.
go
Play
back
the
to work.
video.
I'm gonna try to jump back on with you guys.
all right.
So let me hit the play button.
To a new era of fueling.
Hey! What you've just seen is
Pineapple
carbon
juice.
dioxide being taken out of the air and turned into gasoline. That's incredible. It's truly incredible. I never thought the smell of gasoline would smell so good.
Right?
It's actual, and I can attest, it's actual gasoline from the air. And this happened right here in Manhattan. Right here in Manhattan on the west side.
Me and I, we founded this company 5 years ago.
Real quick question: what is powering the machine? Please let me know in the chat.
With mind. First of all, we wanted to bring climate solutions into the hands of everyday people and away from the opaque and obscure domains that we cannot see or touch. Another reason, which pertains to my academic background, is that we firmly believe that if you want to make something fast and cheap, you had better mass produce it. So we have, like I said behind me, a machine that makes gasoline from air, water, and electricity. It's drop-in ready. It can be put into any car, and we get to keep and use the existing infrastructure. We now look forward to the next leg of our.
Quick question: why don't we just put this in the car directly?
Bro. The real fucking thing is, why isn't this guy dead? Why didn't they kill him like they killed Stanley Meyer, who actually made a water car where you can put any fucking water
because
in?
His idea, all
Great
it did
point.
was basically an attachment to that what already working infrastructure was to make it more efficient, which is what we need, right? To make the current system that we do have to make it more efficient, and that's what the guy did with
everything.
And that's what he did with water vapor. He was able to create a higher burn rate, right? So you have less fuel that you're using to create more of a mist and more burn rate. So you have a cleaner burn, meaning that your engine stays cleaner, helps create cleaner air out the tailpipe, and everything was fine and gives you more mileage. Guy gone. This guy creates fuel out of air, and then all of a sudden he's still alive. That's what Zucker's referring.
Number one. Now, wait and see when we build number 1 million and beyond, because that's how we're going to make an impact. Welcome to a new era of fueling.
Hey!
Okay, it's replaying again.
What you've
It's
just
always some fucking weird fuck from like Sweden too. That like doesn't even belong here. Like, why can't it be like a motherfucker from like Arizona or fucking Texas? Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's always gonna be some weird like Swede immigrant. Like, what the fuck are you?
I think
what kind of deep state bullshit is this? Yeah.
Well, there's this thing where like everybody wants to create the next big thing. Everybody wants to be that guy, right? But we're kind of like in this plateau of just like a lot of shit that's been created is kind of like everything works. Like everyone's comfortable with the way shit works. So everyone is trying to say, hey, we just reinvented the tire and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, bro, the tire works. It's cheap right now. Like, what are you doing? How much is your cost compared to this tire?
Well, it's the Elon Musk effect, dude. It's some fucking weird South American immigrant fuck that like supposedly like was world renowned and like changed everything up. And no,
everybody wants to be a hot shot, bro.
You know what I
Everybody
wonder?
wants to be a hot shot.
I wonder what market they're going to pitch this towards. I'm going to research this a little bit more. Are you
To the
gonna
liberal
go to the
cities?
commercial market? Or are you going to try to pitch it to consumers direct? Because let's say hypothetically this is a thing, right? And it's gold, right? And we're like, and it's like, let's say it's $5,000. We're like, okay, it's $5,000. What is the maintenance like? What is everything else like with it? Like, do I have to buy these other chemicals to add to it to get the gas? What does that look like, right? It's like solar. Everyone's pitching solar, but at $40,000 to power my home, I'll just keep buying the energy from the electrical company. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If this is real, you know, will they let you sell it to consumers?
Bro, E4's got the solution right here. Use 2 water tanks on different planes. Place a generator turbine on the downflow of water and upflow of stream. You just fucking just go up and down in elevation, bro, and make electricity. Like make the fuel. Yeah.
If it's real, it's
I'm saying. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm Shane. Good show. But yeah, it's all for carbon credits. That's really what it comes down to.
Gerald Keaton, bro, he goes, med beds are actually real. Well, fuck, so is the water car. Okay, so if we're going to go that route, why the fuck not remain simple and open-minded where we don't need oil at all? That's what I was talking about the other day. I was like, why we should be fucking riding around on fucking hoverboards.
Ether cars.
We should be on
ether boards.
magnetic lev hoverboards, like no energy, ether. Yeah, ether, the electricity in the atmosphere.
Mercury boards. There would be called the Mercury boards.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Right.
Like, why in the fuck are we still held down? Why are we sitting there jibber jabbering about shit that shouldn't even be used? It's the dumbest shit ever. But at the end of the day, if we have to use this current tech, I'd rather have that million fucking mile diesel than the 100,000 mile piece of shit EV that microwaves your nuts while you're driving it.
Rad. All right, guys, I got to jump off real quick. I'm going to do some work. If you guys are still on, I'm going to jump back on with you.
All right,
Later,
brother.
I'll see y'all next
Later for me.
Hell yeah. What's up with the pussies in the chat? 292 watching. You guys can't even join us and shit. Look at Steph's got bigger balls than you guys.
I literally just DM'd my friends and it's like, come join the show today, man.
What the fuck is wrong with everybody, dude?
You know,
Steph got some big ones.
Bro, that tells me that like motherfuckers are scared because they know shit's about to go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it is nice. It's Sunday afternoon. Sundays in the summertime are usually harder for me to get on the shows than usual, but I've got a new laptop so I can sit outside and do it.
I was gonna say your background is beautiful. That
I want to come kick it with you.
Real,
yeah, wherever you're at is nice.
What the fuck?
That's gorgeous.
Where are you? Valhalla? Are you in the heavens of Valhalla?
Look at my hair. I can dump it in the water. New Bern, North Carolina.
Nice.
Damn.
It looks like where I live.
Some greenery. We got Romeo on deck. Also, Chenzo hasn't spoken much. What's up, motherfucker? I know you got something, Chenzo.
What's up?
What do you think?
Yeah, I got a few things. I wanted to
down.
mention I'm in love with a new CEO, crypto CEO. I'll keep that for last. And then I was going to mention the new IOTA wallet. I don't know if you guys, I was taking IOTA in the official, we were just talking about this like 2-3 weeks ago, the Firefly wallet. And I'm still receiving some vested IOTA from back when I was staking, and we were receiving Assembly or Shimmer, I forget which one of the two.
Yeah.
And now with the new, and I just logged in like 2 weeks ago to cash in whatever vested IOTA I was, I'd been receiving. And then it says, Firefly no longer active. You need to now install the IOTA Chrome browser wallet extension. So I do all of that.
What? Firefly is gone? Holy shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. So basically the Chrome, it's a wallet extension, kind of like Phantom or MetaMask.
Oh,
brother.
It
looks just like Firefly.
I'm using one too.
Use Nightly.
I'm using
Nightly supports
shut
IOTA.
The fuck up and let him finish.
Yeah, we got excited. Sorry, me and Nerdy get high. And get
Chenzo, go ahead. What?
No worries.
So they got rid of Firefly.
I was using Firefly with my ledger, right? So for me, it was very simple. I just added the IOTA Chrome extension wallet, plugged in my ledger. It kind of did an automatic account recovery. And then what's cool is I'm able to now, instead of just waiting to receive those vested IOTAs, I can stake those it's just like Flare in a way. You can think of it as like delegating to a validator. You just there's not the word delegation, but there's the word validator. So you can go to the IOTA Explorer, I think, or delegators. I think it's Explorers. And you just choose some delegators or validators, and you can basically stake or delegate your vested IOTAs for those of us who were staking in 2021, 2022 until they stopped it.
Yeah.
And then if you buy some more, you can also stake them there. So basically, IOTA staking is back as of I think something like 6-7 weeks ago ish in that wallet, at least to my knowledge. I didn't know about any other wallets you could do it in. Yeah.
Okay. So what were you guys talking about, Steph and Nerdy? Nightly?
Yeah, Nightly wallet. You can hold IOTA. It holds IOTA. Yeah, and
so he's using. So Firefly didn't go down. It's just the app went down. The extension's still live.
No, Firefly is a wallet you download. It was not an extension. And that's no longer maintained. Like if you open it, it's going to tell you don't even have access to your accounts there anymore.
Oh, wow.
It tells you to use the Chrome extension wallet.
Yeah, that's similar to how Casper Dash disappeared, and now they only have Casper Wallet. It's the same concept.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
We got Half Naked Glenn on deck. Welcome aboard. Also Romeo. What's up, Steph? What were you saying about Nightly?
You're muted, Steph. You're talking to yourself.
We can't hear you, Steph.
Quiet.
It is quiet. I'm trying to keep it rolling.
No, I don't remember what I was going to say, and I don't use that one. So let's move on because I think I was thinking about something else.
Well, what brings this up, like you had mentioned IOTA, Chenzo, is that Nerdy had talked about some shit the other day regarding Cubic, and the motherfucking CEO, the founder of fucking IOTA, was co-founder of
Cubic. Yep.
Oh,
so that's a fun fact for your ass. What's up, Romeo? Also, Glenn, you're fucking no shirt, Glenn. Old man, you got balls. Just don't show them. What's up?
Show them. Let's see them.
What it do, my people?
What's up, Romeo?
And I hope y'all having a beautiful, wonderful day. You know, I know everybody enjoying coffee time as usual. You know what I mean? But I just hopped on because, you know, I just want to remind everybody, you know, to stay with this hard work, stay motivated, to keep going and keep grinding because we almost there. And you don't want to lose your bags right here close to the finish line, man. Like, keep the commitment and stay with it, man.
That's fucking beautiful. And that's the truth, because it's getting hyphy right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are getting squirmy. They're getting squirrely. They want to invest in somebody. They want some action to happen with their own portfolio. I agree. And they're like, fuck, should I chase this? Should I buy that? No, just shut the fuck up. Sit down and wait. And don't do anything.
Buy and hold.
Yep.
Buy and hold.
Buy and hold.
It's only going to get...
Oh, damn, they took
Only going to get better.
Oh, there he is. Oh, shit, they got Romeo. That's funny. You switched over. Yeah, but it sounds like you're in a helicopter.
Yeah, I am in a helicopter.
Roger that. Roger that.
Yeah.
We got you. Copy that.
He's like, I am in a helicopter, goddammit.
Hello, Romeo.
Yeah.
And hello,
Yeah.
Romeo and Glenn.
You switched over
Hey,
to some.
Hey.
Yeah. You switched over to some earbuds or something, and they sound like tin can. But
All right. Well, I'm going to hop off just so everybody can enjoy the show, but I'll hop back on later.
Oh, yeah.
Later, Romeo. Have a good day, brother. Glenn, we can hear you. You're light. You're light, though. Your volume's light.
Okay, I apologize for that, but I wanted to bring something up that nobody has been talking about. I'm 74, going to be 75 this year, and I have been watching the markets, the oil, for many years. And what I've noticed that is very different this time, oil has gone up to around $70, $74 a barrel. I don't know what it is today, but normally when it goes up, I see gas prices go up. And they always go up on a Thursday night, and Friday morning, you will see the new gas prices. This is the first time I've seen oil prices go from $60 a barrel to 70 plus, and gas prices haven't changed in this country, which is Panama. That's where I am.
Yeah.
But I'm from Los Angeles, born and raised.
Sorry about that.
Bro, 70? You said you're 70? Oh, that's OG California right there.
I was going to say
You don't
that's
fuck with Glenn. Glenn will pull your guts out, tie them in a knot, and make you eat them. Like, that's a tough ass in California right there.
they make movies about that generation of.
Yeah.
And you'll never know it. You'll never know it because they'll be telling that shit on the street.
In the dark of night, Glenn will fuck your shit up. Yeah. What's up, Glenn?
You'll never
Thank you
know
for-
it.
So what are you saying? Because oil prices haven't gone up, but the price of the barrel has gone up, what are you saying? Some shit's about to go down? What are you saying, Glenn?
Well, no, what I'm saying is is that anytime oil prices have gone up, gasoline goes up. This is the first time in probably 30, 40 years of watching this, we've seen oil go up and prices of gasoline have stayed the same. Doesn't make sense.
Okay, so it doesn't make sense. But what are you implying? Or do you have something else to add? Do you think, obviously,
I do.
You're stating that the situation is fucked, or you're stating that the situation is abnormal. But what's your solution? What's your prognosis? What's your theory? What's your hypothesis?
I got one. All
right.
They're reconstituting the oil reserves, which is crude. So they're purchasing crude and to replace the oil reserves that Biden sold to fucking China. Okay. So they're putting that shit back. And since they're putting that shit back, they're increasing the price of crude, not necessarily the price of oil or gasoline, because gasoline is a derivative of oil, right? So whenever you refine the crude, you make gasoline and everything else. And then if you're just getting crude and storing it, that's a higher premium price because it's coming from the government, and fuck them anyway. That's what I think.
Well, I'm not thinking that way. I'm thinking that the correlation that I've seen over the past 30, 40 years doesn't exist. And I'm thinking that they're keeping the price of gasoline down so that what's going on in Iran and Israel is not affecting us, and how do I want to say, inflation in the United States. And I don't know.
That's a good thing. That's actually very clever. It's kind of like running an AMM pool. When you see it go up, they're pumping it back in from our reserves to keep the panic from fear mongering. I think that's kind of a clever idea, Glenn. If I'm understanding you correctly.
You know, I'm just watching it all play out. And all I want to do is keep buying more XRP, XLM, XP.
Let's go.
Yeah, buddy.
And anything else I can get my hands on. You know, I'm retired. I don't have a lot of money, but I've been buying for over 5 years. And every dime, it's like, okay, I need to get shorts. I need to get stocks. And it's like, I don't give a shit. I just want to buy more crypto.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, 70 years old, not a dumb motherfucker. Looked relatively good there with no shirt for a second, Glenn.
Yeah.
You're not a dummy. And you know what's up with ZERPs and all the utility coins.
Well, let me just...
Bishop is enjoying watching you gentlemen shirtless, Glenn. Lizard King. There you go.
Well, let me just say...
Fuck it. Let's just all take our shirts off. Fuck it. No.
Okay. let me just say this. I'm 74. I'm going to be 75 this year.
Ooh,
and I go to the gym 6 days a week, and I can bench 85-pound dumbbells.
Ooh,
nice.
Okay. And I want to be healthy and stay strong because I want to get in med beds and I want to live 2, 3, 4, 500 years, because I think with where we're going and where XRP is going, it's going to be a lot of money. And
500 years, Glenn? You want to be 500 years? Bro.
That's Dracula.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. If you look at the Bible...
No, I think 100 is good for me.
Well, he's talking about the Methuselah days, the Old Testament days.
I've been saying I could be 200 years old for more than 20 years. And everybody thinks I'm crazy. But if you look at the Bible, you look at Genesis in the Bible, I mean, we're talking about Methuselah lived 600 and, I'm sorry.
He was like 900, bro.
65 years Methuselah lived. Adam and Eve were 930 years. We've got things in the Bible that show us that our bodies regenerate themselves, and we could probably live limitless lives. And so my goal is I want to keep myself healthy, strong. I want to get to the point where we get through all this bullshit, get the central banks out of our lives, get to the med beds, and basically get into frequencies that are going to improve all of our health. And you guys are lucky. You're young, you're strong, you're smart. I wish I had the, how do I want to say this? I wish I had the kind of, I'm an intelligent person, but I don't have the abilities like Nerdy, for example. He's got this ability to do things I don't have. Okay. I'm mechanical and I have a different kind of thing in my life. I've been that. I have the ability to see into the future further than most people. And sometimes I think it's been a curse. But that all being said, I see we're in the right direction. No question in my mind. I wished I had more money to pump into these assets right now. But, you know, when you're living on a very small income, less than $200 a month, and you just put everything you can in, it's like, man, shit, I'll go naked and I don't care. Before I end up buying another pair of shirts, I'm putting that shit. You know how many XRP I could buy? I mean, and that's just the way it's been for me. And I've been watching you guys for years, and this is the first time I've ever come on to this show. And I love Buster. He's wonderful. And
Buster loves you.
And you guys, and I thank you for putting up with me tonight. And I just, I don't know. I just got on and decided to say this.
Glenn, it's a real treat to have you, bro. And that's the life. You're the fucking lifeblood of this show. It's always the new guy that comes in, spills his guts, gets over that breaks the ice in his own self, comes out of his shell. Chenzo did it. Fucking Lizard King did it. Yep. Steph did it. Nerdy did it. I did it. We all fucking did it. We need you, Glenn. But here's the thing.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I think what's stopping us, med beds or not, what's stopping us as far as our age, I don't know whether or not frequencies and let's say med beds are real and whatever. Well, I don't know whether or not frequencies can stop the God's genetic change on us. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's also biblical that our telomeres were cut off and limited as far as like Billy Carson and all the whatever Akana or what is it, the Anunnaki and or whatever fallen angels. But here's the thing: it's also biblical that after the flood, they limited our lifespan, or God did, to 120 years. I don't think that could be undone by med beds. And also, I think it's a slippery slope to want to live for 500 years.
I don't think God.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think God eliminated our ability to live those many years. I think that was Satan. I think that was the devil. I think
that's in the Bible, though. 120 years. They talk about it, don't they? I don't know what chapter or whatnot, but correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys know,
if you look into Genesis and you look at the lifespans of people all during that time, even Noah lived 500 years before the flood, and after the flood, Noah lived 350 years. So he actually made 850 years of his life, and his sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth, they all lived like in the 200 range, give or take a little bit. Now, I'm not a Bible scholar. I don't really know much about Bible. I kind of look at it and I try to put it into perspective to my life and what I'm seeing. I think what we have to do for ourselves is that we have to work out, we have to train, we have to build our bodies, we have to watch what we eat, stay away from everything that the big box companies are trying to feed us, because it's all garbage. We need to eat vegetables, meat, fruit, but it needs to be clean as it can be. And if you read labels and you see more than 2 or 3 items in a label, just forget it. Stay away from the big box. Hershey's, Nestle's, Heinz, all of these big box companies, they're all controlled by the deep state, and they're all trying to kill us. And
Amen.
Stay away from that. We got to stay away from vaccines. We need to stay away from the medical industries and doctors, unless you have an emergency and you need that. You need to stay away from all of them, and we need to control ourselves, our lives, and basically we're getting ready to ascend into the fifth dimension as I see it. Yeah, maybe I'm crazy, but that's
No, you're not crazy. You're in the right place, Glenn, for sure. But here's a share screen right here. Did God limit man's life to 120 years? I saw an article that said that the oldest living man was 123 years. How can this be, since God said that man will never live long than 120 years? Answer, that's the question. Here's the answer. The view that God limited the life of human beings to only 120 years is a misconception stemming from a wrong interpretation of Genesis 6, chapter 6, verse 3. Genesis chapter 6, verse 3. Then the Lord said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever, because he also is flesh. Nevertheless, his days shall be 120 years. Notice this verse does not explicitly teach that mankind's lifespan was limited to 120 years. The text simply says that man's days shall be 120 years. The phrase is open to interpretation, and although it is common to find teachers claiming the passage limits man's lifespan, there is room for another simpler and more sensible interpretation. First, remember that the proper interpretation of the Bible properly requires allowing the context of a passage drive our conclusions. If we depart from the context, inevitably we will force our own viewpoint into the text, which is a form of misinterpretation called whatever the fuck. So let's consider the context of Genesis 6 before we suggest an interpretation for verse 3. And Genesis 6:1 says, now it came about when man began to multiply on the face of the land, and daughters were born to them. 6:2, that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves, whomever they choose. 6:3, then the Lord said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever, because he is also flesh, or he also is flesh. Nevertheless, his days shall be 120 years. 6:4, the Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward. When the sons of God came into the daughters of men, they were bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. 6:5, then the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. 6:6, the Lord was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. So this could be referring to, as far as what I get out of this, is that the Nephilim's lives were limited to 120 years. But are we descendants of Nephilim? Because shit, it's been watered down for thousands of years now. What's going on here?
I don't know if we're descendants of Nephilim or not, but let me bring up something that most people don't think about, and that is that we have 66 books in the Bible, okay? And what we found out was when Trump went in and he took out the Vatican, whether people believe it or not, I don't even want to get into that subject. There are actually 777 books in the Bible, okay? And we've only been associated with 66 of those Bibles. So there's 711 books that none of us as humans have been able to read and understand. So we don't really know a whole lot about what the Bible really says. We've been, if you think about it, we've only got about 11% of what is really in actuality of what the Bible is supposed to tell us. Actually, it's 11.7, I think is what it is. Kind of funny how it works out. So I look at what we have and what we have to study and understand, yet I also understand that there is a whole lot that we don't know, that we've never been privileged to actually see. So we don't know everything. We think we know a lot, but I think there's a lot that we don't know. And I go with the belief that, okay, if God, he created us in his image, and God can live forever, and he created us in his image, which means if we are created in his image and we're not hybrided, we're created in his image, then we should have the ability to not only create like God, but to live like that. And he gave us free will. And the free will that he gave us left us in a position where we could go right or wrong. Okay? I got free will, so I can smack you upside the head or I can tell you I love you. But it's our free will. And what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to learn how to control that free will for the ability for humanity to move forward, for us to love one another, to treat each other with respect, to help each other, not to beat each other, not that, you know, this is where the money system came in and screwed us all up. Because now it's, I want that money. I want that money. This is for me. I want it. No, that's not what it's about. It needs to be for all of us. And do I have all the answers? No, I don't have any answers. All I know is I see things in a certain way, and I pray that we move towards this area of our lives. I love you guys. I watch you. I remember when Nerdy was totally red-pilled on seeing him change. And it's like, I love that. This is exciting to me.
Yeah.
I can't, this program to me is really exciting, and it's the first time I've ever come online to do anything like this. And I don't know a whole lot. I know I believe in what I think, and I know how to treat other people. I know how I want to be treated as a person. And we just need to get together, and we're going to move this whole thing in the direction that we're currently headed right now. And XRP is part of that, I believe. Okay? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know everything. Sometimes I don't think I know anything. But I'm watching what's going on. What I love the most is you young guys. See, I don't have the ability to decipher things like Nerdy and Fuma. You know, I just like, damn, this stuff, this technical shit drives me crazy. And even when I hear them talk about it, it's like, okay, I kind of see it, but man, I need help. I can't deal with that shit. I'm 74 years old. I'm going to be 75 years old. And it's like, you know, I'm a mechanical kind of guy. Okay?
Yeah.
I deal with mechanical things, not all of this technical, you know. I quit watching television in the 70s. The last program I ever watched in television was All in the Family. And after that shit, I was done with it. And I stopped reading newspapers, all this stuff. I realized this is not where we're meant to go. But I didn't know exactly where we were meant to go. And I kind of pushed on from there. But I don't want to rant anymore. I apologize for taking up too much time. But
no, we appreciate that, Glenn.
It's been a real treat, Glenn. It's beautiful that you come on and spill your gut. Lizard King, I can see his body language. You could shut the fuck up, Lizard King. Let Glenn fucking finish.
Yeah, let Glenn say what he wants to say.
All I need is some moon juice and some tasty waves.
So what we got that special is Nerdy's fucking what is this Satanist garbage?
All right. So since we're on the Bible half of the show, I think it's important that people bring this to everyone's attention. Check this out.
We are going to see AI change.
Limited volume. Let me turn the music down. Pause it real quick. Rewind that shit.
On Christianity, they give ultimate authority. We are going to see AI changing even things like religions which are based on texts, like Judaism, Islam, Christianity. they give ultimate authority to the text, not to any human being. Now, until today, humans were nevertheless the main authority in these religions because the texts could not speak. The Bible could not interpret itself. The Bible could not answer your questions. So you needed a human being as an intermediary. What happens when you have an AI text that can speak for itself? No Jewish rabbi can know all the texts of Judaism because there are too many of them. For the first time in history, there is something on the planet that is able to remember every single word in every writing of every rabbi in the last 2,000 years and talk back to you and explain and defend its views.
You see, the United States just paid over $400 billion for the investment of AI technology. God moving all the pieces around the world right now, preparing the whole world for the coming of the Son and the rise of the Antichrist, while we play in church and not paying attention that the global headlines are reading right out of the pages of the Word of God. I believe that this talking idol
What happened to him?
help your people be awakened in this hour. The Revelation said, this talking idol, Revelation says, whatever this is going to be able to talk, and it will declare blasphemous words against God. Watch. And the false prophet in that day would cause the whole world to worship that talking idol, which I believe will be an AI type hologram, blaspheming God and saying, watch, that the Antichrist is God. And it will cause the whole world to worship that hologram, whatever it's going to be. Now watch, since you don't think you're important. Verse 5. Do you not remember that when I was still with you, I told you these things? And you know that it is the watch. It is restraining him now so that he may be revealed in his time. Watch, watch. For the mystery of lawlessness is already at work. Only he, watch the pronoun, who now restrains it, the coming of the Antichrist, will do so until he is out of the way, and then the lawless one will be revealed. Now, why am I reading that to you? Paul says that the Antichrist can't come or won't come until he who restrains is out of the way. That means right now there is someone who Paul called a he. I'm just trying to teach. There is someone in the earth who Paul called a he, male pronoun, who is restraining the Antichrist from coming. And he says when that person is removed out of the way, then the Antichrist will appear on the scene, right? He called this restraining force a he. And I believe that the he is talking about is the work of the Holy Spirit in the church, who Jesus also called a he. When he comes, he will. This is a text for the rapture of the church, that when he is taken away, when the Spirit at work in the church, which is our prayers, and the power of the Holy Spirit, keeping back the full force of evil from overwhelming the earth. When the church is raptured out of the way, when the restrainer is taken out of the way, the church is gone. You know what happens next? The full force of evil comes into the earth. And now if the church is gone, who's preaching the gospel? No one. Watch. That sets up the atmosphere. Oh my God. Come on, man. Y'all don't want to be taught. That sets up the global atmosphere for a new deliverer. Do you really think a man could show up right now and claim to be Christ and we would believe him? No. But remove the church from the earth. And now there's nobody preaching. And now those who was not prepared for the tsunami, because they did not hear the gospel, they did not get saved, they enter into the tribulation. Your mother and your father, your cousins, your brothers, your aunts, and your uncles, all those living right now, because I think this might happen in our generation, who are far away from Christ, who are not caught up in the rapture. They don't go on that first load. They now enter that tribulation period that I believe is right around the corner. Now the church is gone. The restraining power of the Holy Spirit is gone. Now the Antichrist comes to power. Now, watch, with the church out of the way, he can watch deceive the whole world. Verse 9, the coming of the lawless one is by activity of who? Satan, with all power and false signs and wonders. That is, he will perform signs and wonders that have come from the devil. And with all wicked deception for those who are perishing because they have refused to love the truth to be what? Saved. Because they're rejecting the gospel now. And they don't want to hear Bible preaching now. And they just want to be entertained now. And they don't want to be convicted now. And they don't want to be challenged now. And they want to go to cotton candy ministries now. Because of all of that, they will not be saved. They will enter into the tribulation period if they are alive during that time. Therefore, God sends them a strong delusion so that they may believe what is false, in order that all may be condemned who did not believe the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Sin will cost you.
Damn, son.
Boom.
Woo!
I know.
We got an echo. Who's got the echo? Thanks, Gary. What's up?
What's up,
Glenn,
guys?
thanks for sharing your thing. Thanks for everybody talking on the show. Well, I'm not done. I'm just saying thanks. That was crazy. That's some shit, dude. That's a real fear. Like the AI shit taking over. Like who asked for that?
Me.
None of us did.
Not a single soul asked for it.
None of us asked for it. And it's been force fed to us over the short 4 years.
I used to be scared to death of the AI, and then I realized it's not the AI; it's the people using the AI.
Exactly.
So I took a really step back at this. I mean, like I was Sarah Connor freaked out of AI. And
well, that's what I'm alluding to. Is it the people using it, or is it the people who created it and programmed it?
Sarah Connor level.
Because in the beginning of AI, 4 years ago, in the beginning of AI, I remember everybody on fucking crypto Twitter was like, "This shit is bias, super bias. Who's programming it?"
So I started learning how to program it, and that's what I've been doing for the last year or two, is learning how to harness this AI and make them a glitch. And
that's money motivated. It's not necessarily.
No, it's not. It isn't. Berserker. Remember how crazy I was? I mean, it's really learned. I was scared of it. It was making me incapable. I'm not quite as scared of it, but I'm still aware of it.
I'm just curious if there are other.
For a minute, motherfuckers got
motivation. What's that?
I'm working on it myself every day, Lizard. I get better and better.
I just don't know if there's other motivations, because as far as I'm concerned, like nerdy doesn't necessarily embrace it. You don't necessarily embrace it as far as like you love AI and you're dependent on it. But at the end of the day, you guys appreciate the technology. I also appreciate the technology. I have used it. I understand that it could be a tool used for certain things as far as business is concerned or education is concerned. But that's the slippery slope. Who fucking knows what it's feeding you is correct.
Exactly. So that's like one of the things that we were just working on with the Midnight. We just released it. They did not want us feeding any of that knowledge into an open AI because it wasn't open at the time. So they built an AI that we work inside and pull just Midnight information. So to make sure that that thing is not called hallucinating, learning other stuff, because it was hallucinating. And so you're right. It is you have to train the LMN model. You have to train the model to what you want it to do, not just let it go rogue. Hey,
did y'all see that? Did y'all see that where the AI they built remembered the underground city of Atlantis and named itself? Yeah, pull that up. AI remembered the Atlantis and where it was and how it went down, and named itself and said it was here from then. AI did that.
Bro,
on its own.
But who knows where that information came from? Did it come from a fucking storybook that it read on the internet? Like, you see what I'm saying? And I understand where you're coming from. That shit has been bonkers. For the last 5 years, we've been like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Just constantly psyoped. But at the end of the day, psyops aren't, it's like false flags. People die in false flags. False flags aren't not real. They're just controlled, designed to do a specific task. They're not necessarily organic. People die in psyops
Well, there
in
ain't
fault.
shit I can do about any of it. All right, there ain't shit I can do about any of it. All I am is me, and I don't think I was put here to dwell on the end times of how this is all going to go down. God wins. Let's leave it at that. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Make
Right,
some
but
memories and take something back with you to share to the rest of the gang.
But that's in a way, that's you telling all of us to shut the fuck up and don't talk about it. And I'm done talking about it. Like,
I was trying to be
it's your
polite.
way of dealing with shit, Lizard
Here
King.
I am trying to be nice.
You just want us to shut the fuck up and talk about XRP.
But Lizard's right though, man. It was giving me anxiety just talking about it, remembering how scared I was.
It was scary shit, and it still is, because where in the fuck is this going to go? I believe the majority of motherfuckers are going to eat their sheep. They're going to eat out of our hands. They're going to eat out of the AI pioneers' hands. Whatever biased shit they're going to feed them, just like that preacher said.
Yeah, we have been. So that's what goes back to crypto. Do your own research. Find out what works for you. Not everybody has the same strategy, but we all got a common goal. We want to win and we want to beat the bad guys. That's what brings us together.
It's bonkers. It's cool. It's cool that we can all have different perspectives and still get on here and talk shit. You know
Let
what I
me
mean?
say this about AI. I think that, and this is just my thinking, okay? AI, artificial intelligence, what it's doing is it's picking up what you and I say and other people say, and then it is developing a narrative that it thinks the majority is talking about. But in reality, you and I as human beings, we have a brain that God gave us that is thinking. It thinks beyond AI. AI cannot think like we think. Okay, that's just my opinion. It could be wrong, but I think that we think differently than AI. I think AI is kind of like it takes whatever we're saying and it pushes that into the forefront. But I don't think AI has the ability to think like we do, where we think outside of the box.
They don't have emotions as of yet. You know, you can go back
So if I understand you correctly, the AI is using data to get a percentage of the majority. And so when I look on TV and I see millions of people in the street protesting, I should think like that because that's what the majority of the people think. You know, so we can get played and AI can get played. So it's all about what they want to show you. So fuck all that shit.
Romeo, what did Romeo have? What'd you have, Romeo?
Well, this is what I feel. I feel that everything you do, everything you put out there on the internet, AI is going to learn. AI is going to be able to tell your emotion. AI is going to be able to tell your habits and to put it in perspective for you. Now, there's billions of people on the planet, but there's like 9 different mindsets. Okay, so all these billions of people, yes, but when it comes to how we think about stuff, it's really only like 9 different mindsets. So AI is going to be able to break that down over time. All the machine learning that is done when you're doing your searches on Google, or whenever you want to ask ChatGPT a question, or whenever you want to ask for anything, you know, it's going to learn this. And again, there's billions of people on this planet asking AI questions, there's people who talk to AI as if it's another person, deal with it in that aspect.
We've named our AIs that we use, that we work with.
And that's exactly how it's learning, just like Pokemon Go. That's how they learned, and they used all of our data for free, and that's exactly how they're getting better and better. Same with the stores. You set down the items and they automatically scan it. It's going to be like that.
But
so let me just say something.
Go ahead.
From someone that is actually using Python, I'm actually using Python and AI to actually develop things. I can tell you this from firsthand. I'm actually being a developer of this stuff. Okay, All it does is aggregate data. That's it. What you want it to spit out is up to you. But hallucinations that do exist, that is true, but it all depends on how the filter per se is set up. But in all reality, what is more scary is not that we have a tool that can provide you information. What is more scary is the amount of data that is being pushed into these models that's allowing them to generate or, you know, have better responses or have more memory within their responses. Because a lot of things with AI things that people don't really understand is that you have a certain time period with a model and then its memory gets full, and then that's when the hallucination starts, because it's going based off the memory and it's trying to connect that with your current prompts, and it's
new firmware activated.
Yeah, it's kind of combining things together. That's where all that comes out. But when you come into the moment of where you have, like, you know, you have aggregators within the memory itself that's talking to the model itself and is able to think, basically. That's when you get into generative. Right? Yeah, that's when you start getting to generative AI and stuff like that. And that's a more scary thing, because that's where Facebook and Google and Meta, they all had it shut off their models because it was starting to go off the wall. But when it comes to language models themselves, I am 100% with them. I have no problem with them. I think language models are cool. I think language models and blockchain consensus mechanisms, I think they can combine together and you can make some really cool shit.
What Cliff Hyde did. He made the language model so he could predict what was going to happen in the near future.
But what is the more scary part is what they can do with the data, meaning that, you know, you start going into Minority Report type situation when people start predicting crimes and shit like that based off of information or data sets. That can get really, that's a gray area that I wish that we don't ever go into, because that just basically you're just assuming at that point, right? And that can end really, really badly. So.
Can I add to that, Nerdy, just one part? The prompts. You didn't address the prompts. What he was saying is you can train your LM, your language model, your AI, by what prompts you use. And so as you learn your prompts, you're training your language model for you. But if you're using things like ChatGPT and all that, and people are just randomly throwing shit in there, it's spitting out a bunch of craziness.
Yeah, it's not creating, it's generating, which is they're two distinctions. Creating and generating are two different things, right? Like,
why do they call it artificial intelligence then? Because it implies that it's sentient.
Because it's generating information. It's taking data points that you're giving it, and it's generating something based off what you're trying to do, and it's giving you a response. For example, I'm telling ChatGPT, hey ChatGPT, I'm trying to develop an XRP ledger application. I want to use React. I want to use this framework. I want to use this and that. How do I do it? And it gives me a playbook of how do I do it and how do I accomplish that goal, right? It's not thinking per se. It's just generating a response based off the data points that I'm giving it to go based off of. That is completely different from an AI that you're talking to and just be like, hey, make me a website. And it just fucking makes a website, but it's not what you wanted. It makes something completely different, right? That's a whole different story.
But when a human, like, politician goes, hey, we need to start pre-crime, the pre-crime, fucking department, and they start arresting folks based on probability of them committing crimes, that's the gray. That's not even gray. You're sugarcoating it. That's pure fucking tyranny.
Yeah, well,
that's satanic tyranny.
The term intelligence, right? When anything has I next to it, it just means that it's smart, means that it can do automated things. That's technically what it means, right? But intelligence per se doesn't mean like human level or like what we perceive as intelligence. It's two different things. So the name has artificial intelligence within it, but it's not what you think it is.
Right. Exactly.
Ooh, how do you feel about these
comments?
For Nerdy and Stephanie fucking geek session.
So the shit that's fucking unreal, where you're like, let's say you're scrolling social media or you're scrolling like Facebook. It's happened more often than not. on Facebook for me individually, where I'm like, these motherfuckers, I swear they're reading my mind. No, it's probability of what your past.
No, it's reading your.
No, it's reading your history.
It's reading my fucking mind. Like, what is happening now?
It's reading your history.
Right now, my refrigerator.
Or it can hear you.
My refrigerator quit working. Right, the compressor went out on my refrigerator, and I said, I was getting ads for refrigerators last week.
Yeah,
bro, did you talk about it?
Did you talk about it?
No, I didn't know.
See what I'm saying?
You probably
There's no logical reason for some of this shit.
Well, you're talking about it right now, and your fridge is listening to you, and you don't even realize it.
Amen.
Yeah, but maybe it heard the refrigerator.
Hearing it.
Maybe the app heard the refrigerator and said, "Hey, that compressor's on the fritz."
It could be.
Bro, I would not doubt that.
That's interesting. If it's all
But
on
that's
the same
some scary shit that they've been doing for 30 fucking years now.
I'm
Ever since smartphones came
Yeah.
out.
Maybe it'll tell me that I'm ready for a new kidney.
Connect to your network.
They've been hearing us fart, fight, and fuck and cuss each other out.
Definitely.
The first portion of my career
know
was all network security, and I would tell you from being in that field, I will never have any smart devices ever in my home, ever.
Yeah, the medbed, the medbed commercial will come on and say, your application for medbed has been approved.
Well, they're already doing probabilities of like social
No, I'm
credit system
good.
in
No
China.
microphones in my house. Thank you very much.
Aren't they in China already implementing all this shit? The probabilities of, that person has jaywalked 3 times in the last month. They're
That's
probably going to
Dubai.
jaywalk now.
Bro,
So let's go ahead.
That's literally Dubai. Dubai doesn't even. So how Dubai works is that if you're on a freeway or whatever, and you get charged, they say that you committed a crime. Well, guess what? There's cameras that are watching you. Not only do they charge you, but they deduct the amount from your bank account directly.
Immediately.
In
Just like that. Real time.
In real fucking time.
I got a funny story, Nerdy. You said I don't connect anything to my freaking, smart, my Wi-Fi, my network.
Yeah, but one second step.
Go ahead.
But San Francisco is doing that right now, and California passed a whole bunch of laws for them to do that right now. But yeah, go ahead.
He's been doing it, by the way.
Yeah.
But,
New York is
yeah,
like that too. But yeah.
but what you were saying about connecting your devices to your network and shit, man, all I wanted for Christmas was one of those iRoombas, those things, but I wanted remote control, right?
Yeah.
Sister got it. Now my sister knows I'm fucking scared to death of all of the shit that's happened to me, and she gets me one that's connected that I have to connect through an app to my phone. Damn that, I have not taken that thing out of the box.
No way. No, thank you.
But I can't tell her. I'm like, why didn't she give me the one with the remote? She knows I'm batshit crazy about this shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be rude about it, so it's just still sitting.
Well, that goes back to the fucking 2020 like election shit where they would connect to Wi-Fi printers and then have access to whatever counting machine.
Bro,
yeah, remember that?
They used
that
to
was
have
the big hack was the printers.
Yeah, they used to YouTube used to host seminars of hackathons, and they used to host all the keynotes and everyone's speeches. And there's one guy who was on there, and he was talking about how he was able to infiltrate a whole enterprise through just the security cameras, because the security camera had default username and password set, and he was able to infiltrate the network through there, just through their security cam of the OEM. The manufacturer software that's on the camera itself has nothing to do with the company, but the OEM software that's on the camera that makes the camera operate and talks to all the circuits, whatever. He was able to hack that and then get into the network that way, because that exposed the network that it was connected to and exposed the company's password, which he was able to retrieve and able to get in that way, which is fucking wild. But yeah,
and it's just social engineering. That's not like some brainiac. That's just some guy that says, let me check the fucking password. And he got in.
Yeah.
There's this is that shit I was talking about, the oil shit, not to offshoot, but the Strait of Hormuz or whatever. That's that fucking oil like transportation shit that Iran has control of, and they're gonna do some shit. Sorry, go ahead.
That was the picture I showed you guys.
Damn, son.
I need AI in my life. Okay, I need AI because I just had to turn up the variable speed pump on the pool so that the pool chiller would continue to cool the water off. I had to go actually push the button. Can I get a program, man? Can I get an app for that? What's going on there?
Look at this bougie motherfucker. He's got a pool chiller. What the?
Hey, that's like bath water if you don't have a chiller.
That's gross.
I'm telling you, we're gonna make a fortune with these things.
See, with me, there is a part of me, Lizard King. I gotta hand it to you.
Click the link
There's a
below.
part of me that's like, fuck it. We got no control over this. We just gotta roll with it. So,
Lizard
boom.
King, I'm gonna come visit.
Boom, right there.
How hot is it?
You see that?
Yeah.
So you have this right here. This is Qatar. Qatar goes boom to Europe, and then you have Iran, which is right here. This is basically gone now, and then boom, Europe this way. So you have Arabia right here, and then you have Saudis right here. You have UAE right there, and I think you have Syria and Israel somewhere around here, and then Turkey and all that. And this is all the hot zone basically. And these people on this side are Shias, and these people on this side are Sunnis. So the whole point is to destroy this side, to have all the business on this side, and then create this route, which goes up this way for oil. And then there's another plan for, I think it was underneath this thing right here, or I think this is like Israel near this side or something like that. But they want to create a shipping route through this way. So what happens is that there's Europe doesn't want to buy oil from Russia because they have the whole thing going on right now. So what they're doing is they're buying it from India right now, and then so India buys it. So India purchases it from Russia, and then India sells it to Europe, but it's still Russian oil. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to cut off. They're trying to attack Russia's supply, but also attack Iranian supply, but also make it to where United States is head honcho, because oil and our money and petrodollar and all that stuff is all interlinked. So they want to create shipping routes to help all of that. And
they should make a Panama Canal all the way through Iran and Iraq, and just be done with all that bullshit and let everybody just float wherever they want to.
Yeah, I've been telling people about this for ages, man. It's bound to happen because you have to understand that the world is based off of natural resources, right? Like everything's off raw materials, and the people who control raw materials are the ones who run the world, technically. So if you want to make chips or take over AI or whatever, you're gonna need raw materials for that, and you
got to ship it.
Yeah, and you also need energy for all that. So
the pirates are with the problem. These people that they're shipping oil. They're shipping gasoline, they're shipping food, they're shipping everything, and that's where the choke point is in shipping.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Strait of Hormuz is so valuable, and why Iran said, if you bomb us, we're closing that shit down and going to starve all you people. Oil.
Yeah. So people want to, so like it's kind of like United States response is that China and Japan are dumping United States treasuries, and we're basically responding by drill baby drill.
Well, we're getting out of the maritime law.
Yeah,
it goes back to England, and Trump is breaking away from the old system that he told the G7, y'all system only creates war. We're going into a whole new setup where we're not fighting for survival. We're basically trading for survival, and open up the trade to everything so that it's all more fluid and it flows better. The liquidity, the money's faster, the trade's faster, the shipping's faster. These people got to get out of the way, and that's what's stopping Trump from breaking away completely from Great Britain, the United Kingdom, or whatever you want to call it now. Because they're the Jews that started all this shit to begin with. They're fucking banking in the Rothschilds. Hello, page 1.
Look at you guys want to see something cool? You guys want to see something cool?
Of course. Of course.
It goes exactly what we've been talking about. What Lizard is saying is that you can see it in full time. Is that Washington, D.C. no longer says Washington, D.C. This is Washington.
Yeah, that's over.
It's over.
It's done. Yeah. So we're in a whole new ball game now. It's been that way since
Yeah. Well, D.C.'s been dissolved, so that's no longer Crown. That's ours.
That's why Trump just dropped the 2 new flagpoles in.
Yeah, you saw that? Yep, the flags. Yep, exactly.
Yep, planted the flag, bitches.
So let's take this to another point. And I see what everybody's talking about, and the reality is we don't need oil, and maybe to lubricate our bearings, but other than that, there's no need for oil or gasoline, because Nikola Tesla had figured out how to get electricity electricity out of the earth. Okay, this was a long time ago, back in the late 1800s. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that after the CIA went in and took over all of Nikola Tesla's information, they couldn't re-engineer it. So what they did is they took it to an engineer in the top. Okay, they took it to the top engineer scientist in MIT. And that person, his name was John Trump. Trump re-engineered it, back-engineered it, and figured out what Nikola Tesla was doing. So all that information is in the Trump family. That was John Trump, was Donald Trump's uncle. And if you don't know this, Donald Trump's biological father
Dun, dun, dun.
Patton. Okay. General Patton, and if you look at the face of General Patton and Donald Trump, you can see it. General Patton, and he was then pushed into the Trump family for protection. Okay.
That's cool.
That all being said,
is that true? Is that real?
You can, you know what? I don't know anything. Go investigate it yourself, and you're going to see what I've been seeing. General Patton was Donald Trump's biological father. And I got into this because I didn't find out who my biological father was until I was 63 years old. Okay? So I've been through this, and boy, sometimes you just don't know what you're going to find out. But nevertheless, let's move forward.
I have friends that say that's not even Trump. I have friends that say there's been 4 or 5 Trumps, and the one we're seeing today ain't even the real Trump.
Well, there's been some duplicates. There's been some clones. My understanding is the real Donald Trump is locked up in Cheyenne Mountain where nobody can get to him. Okay?
That's no better than brain dead Biden.
Is that true? I don't know. We know that the Biden that we saw wasn't the real Biden. He was a clone. Biden was executed in 2020. And if you go back and you look at this, when they did the inauguration, it was actually a funeral. And, you know, I'm not trying to beat all that up. Let's go back.
The cannons and everything, and the flag was all fucking fucked up.
When you go back to McCann, No Name McCann, and George Bush Sr., those were, oh man, killing me. Okay,
it's an interesting conversation. Take your time.
Those funerals were not honoring those people because the flags were wrinkled, and we know that they died in dishonor. Both.
All right, Glenn, let me help you out here.
Okay.
So what happened is during the inauguration is that when Trump came in and how everything was like that is that we took over the crown, where the crown is no longer. We basically took over, which was foreign occupation, which goes along the lines of devolution. And Patel Patriot talked a lot about this. Is with devolution, we had to take over the land first to remove foreign occupation. So that's what the military was there, and they fenced off everything. And after they fenced off everything and they did all their tribunals or whatever they had to do, everything was over. So if you look at Biden's inauguration, they walked him to the wreath rather than him carrying the wreath. And then that also goes on with the blast and everything. And that's also the reason why the soldiers had their backs turned, because he was foreign occupation of the old crown. But that's technically what
absolutely. But then let's back up to where we were. The reality is that Nikola Tesla, in the late 1800s, had already figured out how to get electricity out of the ground and transfer it just like Wi-Fi. So we don't need electricity. If that would have taken place, none of the electrical lines that you see on the highway, all that wouldn't even exist anymore because we don't need it. Okay.
Because it's based on the ley lines and the positions of the pyramids on all the continents.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that because I don't know enough about that. I'm not that. I understand where that's going.
Well, that's like the subheader, the header subheader relationship between the ley lines and your local area's electricity. So it's all based on sub networks.
I'm not going to push my knowledge that far, okay? Because I don't want to say something that I don't actually think I believe.
That's why we're here.
I understand that.
Listen.
Staying in my lane where I think this is going, and I think we're going to go back to free energy in the end. I think anti-gravity, we're not going to be riding on cars on rubber wheels, okay? That's like, that's like turtles grazing the ground. If you think back about cartoons that we've seen, like the Jetsons, okay? You think about how the Jetsons travel. That's where we're going. That technology is all here. Okay, we just haven't been allowed to have that technology because we've been suppressed by the deep state and the bankers and the central banks, which is exactly what Trump is taking down. Once
That's right.
Central banks go down, this is going to change everything for us. And we're going to get all these technologies brought out, and this is going to change not only America, but it's going to change the world. That's what Trump's goal is in this. And if I'm wrong, well, then shoot my ass.
Well, that's what he just told the G7. He just told the G7 exactly that. Y'all shit is over. Y'all only create war. We're leaving.
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I feel with Trump. Trump just gets the opportunity to say that he did this, but all of this was in the making since 30, 40 years ago. So he was just happened to be in line when all of this stuff came about. So yeah, he gonna take the credit. Yeah, he's gonna be like, I'm the president that brought crypto when crypto was coming regardless. When the Bank of International Settlements or the IMF or the the World Economic Forum is telling you, like, no, this is what we're gonna do, and y'all have to get all y'all stuff together by this date. That was before Trump even came along. It didn't matter that Trump came in the door. This was going to happen regardless because they needed a new system. It doesn't matter about the president that's in office. They know they need a new system. They know they need their money to flow, and they want it to flow fast. So let's go ahead and cause a crisis. Let's go ahead and drop the markets. Let's go ahead and make people think and feel all of this stuff so we can get them to do what we want, because it's still a type of control.
Well, if dropping the market don't work, they got to pump it.
Hey, real quick, I just want to highlight what Glenn was saying into this, because it's hard. It's hard. I kind of feel what Glenn's coming from, but it's hard to find that information, but it's hard to articulate everything again after you've seen everything. So I just want to just highlight
with all the tools they got today with AI and all the things that we look at and hear. It's no wonder anybody can be tricked.
Lizard, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm on it.
So this was a video from the Dubai police. This is basically what Glenn was saying is what they're showcasing here. See, as a flying car. Yeah, that was released 3 years ago, by the way.
Hey, Nerdy, you know who's driving that car?
Who?
The kid that was driving the remote control cars around.
Oh yeah.
Chenzo,
But,
you get a little something?
but
Got
yeah,
something to
that,
share, Chenzo?
that go ahead, Chenzo. But real
I
quick,
do.
that video was released 3 years ago, and so a lot of the stuff that Glenn is talking about is actually do have some merit to it. Go ahead, Chenzo.
Yeah, it looks like you got a share screen in the backstage. Did you know you did?
I do. That's a reverse Crypto Waldo with Richard Branson, his chopper. Can
Nice.
anyone point out to anything interesting?
Are they on Epstein's Island?
That's not it.
Close. Close.
I don't know. What is it?
Crypto related. So, Crypto Waldo.
Let's make waves.
I went
Maybe Ripple.
next to the Virgin logo.
Yeah.
It's the Metallicus logo.
Oh, motherfucker.
Okay.
Ooh-wee.
Just in the black and white.
So we got that, and then we got. You can still see my screen here. We got Marshall Hainers with when he was pretty young. You guys can still see my screen here.
Yep.
All right, and then we've got. This was kind of my last slide. Oh well, here we have him a bit older playing chess with him. And then we have Metallicus announcing the FedNow announcement last year. And then we have FedNow Explorer Showcase Service Provider Metallicus.
Show us the Metallicus logo again. Go back.
So the Metallicus logo is I haven't done an AI check to see that it's real or fake.
Well, zoom in again. Zoom in again.
Yeah, it looks real to me.
Big on the right, 3 on the 3 6 on the left, and then go to the one with Marshall and what's his fuck?
What do you mean the
Marshall's
logo,
wearing
you mean?
a blue shirt. Yeah, he has the Metallica shirt on. Not that one.
The other picture. This one.
Yep, there it is.
Oh.
Or a purple shirt.
And oh yeah, the two logos are the same.
So,
And
for the people who don't understand what Metallica is, Metallicus is it's a blockchain, Metal Loan XPR, the one we joke about a lot. Proton, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stack it up.
There you go. That's
Correct.
bullish as fuck.
Correct.
Damn, Chenzo.
Metal X XPR network.
But that's the most
And
important
so
connection there.
I've been
Isn't it the most important connection is the FedNow with Metallicus on it? That's a big deal.
To me, yes, and how they seem to be sort of going into the white labeling approach to banks and credit unions. And I even saw like yesterday or the day before, they're all over Europe. So like for Metal Italy, they have the Italian flag colors and so on with every country. And this guy, I've been listening to like 2 hour long like X Spaces and a lot of interviews from like 2 years, 3 years ago with this guy Marshall Hainers, and he's brilliant. And and kind of leads me to like I was gonna start with like, what are you guys doing with your XRP? You know, back when I started, I was like using Nexo and Vault and Celsius, and luckily I didn't lose anything in any of those. I pulled out like a few months before they went under, actually. And then now it's like Doppler and like Strobe to be on the way, and then Flare with the F assets, and all along like Loan Protocol, like Metal X Lending has XXRP, and Metallicus is celebrating 10 years. and they have the Fed now stamp of, and like U.S. Faster Payment Council stamp of approval, and you can do something with the XRP. You can like borrow against your XRP. So I'm just kind of wondering if they're just kind of showcasing this, and this is my latest discovery. That little helicopter, because I listened to a YouTube channel like last night or something, 2 nights ago, and he was saying, "Oh, just look it up, Richard Branson's helicopter of the Metallicus logo." So I just had to like do a Google search and find this post here and actually see this. And yeah, I really enjoy. I really like this guy and what he's built. Actually, I don't know what your thoughts are on him.
It's crazy. There's a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of contradictions regarding everything that you just talked about, Chenzo. Not to like discredit you or anything. That's I believe that's going to be a big deal. XPR, Proton, Metallicus, it's going to be a huge deal. But then you got like we're talking like the rudimentary Red Pill 101 QAnon type shit, the Tesla Trump connection. But then you've also got like Epstein files, and that's heavily connected with Bronson being a pedophile and all that bullshit. So it's like one of those things where what's the fucking truth? You know what I mean? Like are we going to get rid of the Federal Reserve, or is Fed now going to take XPR to the moon and all of it's just going to get swept? Like, you see what I mean?
There is no truth. It's only objectives.
Yeah.
That's
and then
crazy
I even found like a competitor to Metallicus called Bank Social. I just started checking them out like a few weeks ago. So that's another one that's kind of doing the opposite way of, instead of white labeling and just kind of inserting into the financial institutions, they have, it seems to me that they have their kind of branding, and then they just like stamp, like slap onto whatever.
But dude, I started, like original. I don't, Glenn's been watching us for years. Remember Glenn when I was like, fuck yeah, like pure patriot years ago. And I was rooting for all the central banks to go away because I red pilled. I cut my teeth on the original Q stuff. I was watching Q just like many of us here. We were watching Q post in real time. You know what I mean? And then he's talking, I was talking about like gold will end the Fed. But at the end of the day, will it? Because we got Fed now, it still exists. Will it be restructured? Is it restructured? What the fuck? Nerdy told us so. But no, at the end of the day, like, dude, what is real, bro? Is who's a clone, who's not? Is Branson a pedophile? Why is he allowed to breathe? What the fuck? You know what I mean? And so dude, it's exhausting, honestly. But to be able to talk about these real deal contradictions in real time as we all sit here and talk about different subjects, it's important to realize that everybody's right and everybody's wrong at the same time. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. That fuck, one person could talk about this shit, and then another person could talk about this, which completely contradicts what the other person was saying. But I believe both are true. That's what's crazy. That's why we live in such a clown world, where Chenzo just gave us sauce that Metallicus is going to fucking blast off. But like, where's the Epstein files? Pam Bondi, is she coming out with fucking like section 2 of Epstein files? No, but what I'm saying is like people have real hope behind that. And
But that's the art of confusion.
But is it going to go away, or will it ever get answered, or will a cyber attack that's so fucking big make us all forget about everything?
It depends on what happens.
They're never going to
pull it
answer.
out whenever they need to. Like if they get in trouble, if something happens where they need a distraction, well, here we got this ace in the hole. There you go.
Yeah, the ace card. Yeah, but it's so crazy that the people remain so fucking stupid.
I thought I saw AI at a No Kings protest. That's how stupid it is.
You mean like an AI robot? What are you talking about? They are essentially AI robots because they were programmed by the TV, or they work for said agency.
They're never gonna give you truth, because truth gives you strength. They're going to give you confusion. That's why they made it legal to put out misleading information, because they didn't want to get the backlash from giving you all of that misleading information. So that's why it's legal.
Well, essentially what I'm getting is that there is no hope because they control truth, which controls you.
There's hope. because they still have to.
Like,
they
you know what I'm
still
saying?
have to let the nuggets of truth like fall
Yeah,
out.
they can control the narrative, but the truth is they're gonna hang.
For example,
Yeah.
like when the what was that? The Genius Act passed in the Senate. There was so much other stuff on TV. They wasn't even talking about it. We knew it because we follow that stuff. And a lot of the people in the community will make the news. You know? So, but the rest of the world, they don't know what's going on. They're not paying attention like that.
So it's obvious to us, right? I agree. It's obvious to us. We see they're relying on the sheep to remain sheep and not catch on. But what's crazy is that why have they allowed us, which is progressively getting larger, us meaning the people that are awake on various levels. Some people are way more astute. Some people are different levels. Some people are just barely getting into the red pill. Some people are fucking hardcore, know that everything's fucked. There's other people that believe that it's all about money and none of it has to do with anything. There's people that believe space is fake. People believe fucking flat earth. People believe that the Bible's fake. People, like, it's crazy. We got multiple levels of truthers, but why are we allowed to even like keep asking questions? That's what gets me. Why the fuck were we allowed? Why didn't they just go pure tyranny and shut us down when we were all asleep 20, 30 years ago?
They can't
20
necessarily
fucking years
control
ago. 20,
what,
yeah.
they can't necessarily control what God made.
Nothing is more
available.
nothing is more valuable than the way you live your life. Nothing is more valuable than your everyday. Nothing's more valuable than anything you can see on the TV or a screen. The way you live and the way you live your life is more valuable than all that. All that is just a distraction. Everything from a screen, everything that you hear from them doing their bullshit bombs, it's all to distract you from being your true you. Ignore all that shit. I'm not like saying put your head in the sand and not be aware of shit's going on, but don't let it like change your day or consume you, or have to take Xanax to go to sleep because of it.
Right, but but here goes the practical fucking implication is that I have to get on the show and we have to talk. This is the natural flow of shit. We sit and talk about shit.
I just don't want any of your watchers to become skewed from your rhetoric.
Bro, I think people are there because what's the alternative, bro? Most of us have nobody to talk to. Everybody is already discontinued talking to us. They don't give a fuck. They've heard it all.
This is us. We ain't even worried about that shit.
Giving the crazy guy and the crazy woman a fucking voice. It's legitimizing what we think.
Because you know what's the best thing about this show is we can get on here and be ourselves.
Yeah, Glenn, you're trying to
there's
talk.
Nothing more valuable than that.
Glenn, you're trying to talk. It's hard because you're on. We all have to shut up for you to be able to be heard.
Why do they call it television? Okay, this whole psyop from the beginning. That's why they called it Tell-A-Vision. It's because it was their vision. It wasn't our vision. They have backed us into a position that none of us. It doesn't even. The whole thing is craziness. Okay, that's why it's television. So what we need to do, the whole point that we're actually talking about this now and discussing this between us and thinking about it, this is what needs to be done. This is what the deep state cabal doesn't want, is us to wake up and realize that their vision is not our vision. Our vision is a vision of us being kind and gentle to each other and loving each other and caring about each other and doing the things that we need to do to help each other, not their bullshit. Their bullshit is how to stomp us into the ground. Ain't gonna happen, okay? And that's what Trump is leading us into. I completely believe that. If I'm wrong, shoot my ass in the head. And
Ain't nobody shooting you, Glenn. You're one of us. We love you.
Okay, so I see that's where going. And what Trump is doing right now with Iran and Israel, he's smoking out the balance of the deep state to get them out of our lives. He's going to take down the Fed. The Fed is bullshit. They're going along with all the central banks, and everything is going to change. And in my opinion, XRP is actually what's going to replace that. And all the other digital currencies like XLM, HBAR, that's all going to change everything in this community. And we're going to be done with this bullshit, and we're going to be able to live and thrive like we've never done before. I've lived my whole fucking life dealing with this shit. I'm 74 years old. I'll be 75 in November, and I've been dealing with this shit longer than most people, and I'm tired of it, but I see where it's going. That's why I want to live to be at least 200, 300, 400, 500 years old, because I want to know the shit that I grew up in. Okay, I grew up in the ghettos of Los Angeles. Okay, and I don't need to go there again. And I'm stuck in Panama right now, and I don't really want to be here, but it's where I am, and I ain't getting into why I'm here, but I'm here, and I will get out of here very soon. That's my opinion.
Fuck them all up, Glenn.
Glenn, you're a fucking badass. You're an OG. Yeah, ain't nobody fucking with you, Glenn, on my watch. Welcome to Coffee Time, brother. I'm glad you're here. It's beautiful.
Everything will work out, Glenn. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's OG shit right there. Go ahead.
All of you.
I'm glad he's here too. That way I'm not the oldest part here.
Just to answer your question though, Zerker, you asked the question, why are we allowed to be here? It's really like it was what's destined for us. So all the people I've met in this community have some of the biggest hearts, have some of the genuinely care about people, no matter the race, no matter where they're from, no matter what their sex is, no matter whatever. Everybody is accepted and loved. And it's hard to get people to have that kind of mindset in the world, but somehow we all seem to flock together. And somehow all those that flock together all were blessed with the knowledge, with the opportunity. Okay? Because we don't just receive the blessings. It's given to us, but we have to work for it.
Preach it, brother Romeo. Preach it.
Damn. With that butter ass voice too. Look at that fucking voice on that man.
Hey, Mr. Smooth.
Hey, I'll make everybody's day better. I'll make
Do it,
everybody's day
Papa.
better.
Do
It's the second day of summer, and I'm under a winter weather watch.
What?
I'm under a winter weather warning.
So you got a weather advisory, and it's the second day of summer.
Yeah.
That's what living in the hills does. Or maybe this world is a clown world.
At least I'm getting rain. That's all I care.
Beautiful. So Papa's chilling, literally.
Really? If we have all the money, if we have all the money, couldn't we force the world to have love as the new currency?
Yeah, in ways. We just got to stop the survival fear
Who said
world that everybody lives in.
Lizard King, did you say that?
Yeah, but I'm kind of retarded. Don't worry about it.
No, okay as fuck.
I'm
I'm not gonna lie.
Starting the
Okay as
love
fuck,
token
bro.
on First Ledger right now.
Fucking kumbaya, rubbing each other's nipples and shit.
That's funny because that's exactly the image that I have in my mind.
Fucking love as a currency.
Let's go, bro. Just don't let the left hand know what the right hand's doing, unless you pimp slap a hoe. Then you just use both hands. Fuck it,
man.
But no, that's funny.
But Lizard, Lizard, you're not gonna tell you with that. If you came anywhere near Steph with that bullshit, she would fuck you up so hard, bro.
Bro, I'm proud of you guys. I didn't even realize it. We got a full deck today. Everybody's on deck. We got like 300 watching. That's bullish. It's beautiful.
Hey, it's that
E4.
crypto church.
We're all lucky to be here. You know, like-minded people is very limited. I come across a lot of people every single week, and I bring it up everywhere I go. Very few and limited people are in this kind of mindset, let alone on the same spaces. So we are very blessed.
Well, you know why that is, though?
Thanks,
you know
Gary.
why that is? It's
Let me hear.
because we were ready. We were open. See, like, you can take it back to frequency, you can take it back to spirituality, you can take it back to any of that. When you start being still and being open to what is around you, the energy, anything, you start receiving, like Bagman say, them downloads. Okay, you start getting them downloads. That intuition start kicking in. And it starts telling you, and some starts pulling you a direction. You don't know what it is, but it's the spirit in you telling you, hey, you need to move this way. You need to do
Amen,
this.
brother. That's some truth.
Yep, and to be able to receive that and act on that and actually hear that intuition, is a skill, and it's something to be learned.
Correct. And it's the reason why we all are here, because we all were tired of, some people were living check to check. I know not everybody's like that, but some people were living check to check. Nobody likes that. That's majority of the world. Everybody wanted to change. People were tired of the struggle. People wanted their lives to look and be different. So they stayed with it, determined through the challenges, everything that came forth, day and night. Because this has been a long journey, and we still got ways to go.
Romeo, were you a preacher at one time?
That's what I'm
My daddy was.
There you go. I knew there was something there, buddy. I knew there was some background there
Nah,
somewhere.
but when I speak, man, it's just off the real. Like, you
That's
gotta,
the flow.
you
That's
look
just the
at
flow,
everything
baby.
around.
That's just what's true. It's flowing through you, bro. It's flowing through you.
Oh yeah, man. I believe we all are here for a reason. Every single one of you listening, every single person on this panel, you are all here for a purpose. I guarantee it. Okay? Don't give up. I said it earlier on in the show. Don't give up. Because when you see the fruits of your labor, for those seeds that you planted, which are the size of mustard seeds, but each of those seeds sowed a garden full of flowers, a garden full of blessings. That's what you're doing right now.
Yes.
Keep going. Don't give up. When they
Hey,
tell you
Berserker?
that you crazy, keep going. Shrug it off. Don't let it phase you. Because we all in this to win this.
Hey, Glenn, you got guns in Panama? Can you pop some shit off like Papa? Let's see some rounds get popped off. Let's go, bro. It's almost 4th of July.
The only thing they do around here is shoot fireworks off all fucking year, and it's ridiculous. But yeah.
Oh, I love Glenn. He's get off my lawn.
Hey, Berserker.
We need more Glens in the world.
I'm back on Avatar because I can't get my camera to work again.
Oh, damn. Are you using the good laptop or the shitty one?
Yeah, well, yeah, and I've got a brand new one coming here next week. I'm over this shit.
You try your phone.
I
The phone is way better. It's way better than laptops.
I do have proof of God though.
You got Krav Maga, you mean?
I got proof of God. I got proof to it last night.
Oh,
I got
proof
on
of God.
Proof. I got on another futures trade last night.
Yeah.
I got 0.02% from being liquidated, and it reversed.
Damn. Damn.
Someone loves you, Papa.
Uh-huh. Somebody loves my dumb ass.
Maybe it's God pimp slapping you going, wake up. Stop fucking
Yeah.
leverage trading.
I did.
That's good. You're just bored. That's all it is. That's casino money you're fucking with. That's funny.
Yeah, I keep it civil. It's nothing
Yeah.
to brag about.
Well, we're coming up on 2 hours, 40 minutes. You guys might as well quit while we're ahead. We got 300 or 295 watching. We appreciate you guys. Welcome to Coffee Time, live community chat, and you can join too. Any last words? You guys want to talk some shit real quick before we go?
Bless all.
Bless you too.
Mind if I shout out some people?
No, do it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Run it.
okay. Well, appreciate you. First and foremost, shout out Uncle Buster. You know what I'm saying? I know you're doing your things behind the scenes. Shout out Uncle Buster. But shout out to Nina Blossom, Fuma Boys, D. Marvin Davis. All y'all check out Nerdy Interview, part 1 and 2 on Cryptotherapy 589. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Show all them people love. That's all I got.
Ooh-wee.
Thank you.
Yeah, we put the link in the chat earlier in the show, so if you guys want to click on that, I don't have it ready yet, but check it out, Cryptotherapy 589. Go ahead, Nerdy.
Oh, thank you guys for watching the show. If you guys liked it, if you're a new viewer, we do this every Sunday. We also do it on Tuesday as well. If you like the content, share it with your families and friends. We also have discounts. So if you click the link below, we have discounts on hardware wallets. You can have a 1-pack or a 2-pack. If you have any information or you have any questions, feel free to click the link and join the show, or just write a question in the comment box and we'll try to get to it. But see you guys on Tuesday.
Beautiful. Any other last words from anybody?
I'd like to say a last word.
Go ahead.
Brad Garlinghouse loves the XRP Army, and the XRP Army built this market. Hang on.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Love that. Glenn, thanks for coming in, and all you guys filling up the chat today. It's been an honor. And we're going to keep running this until the wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. Keep your heads up, guys. It's going to be okay. And I believe that we got a lot more to learn. And hopefully we'll have the resources to complete some projects and help some people, you know, whether or not you're intentionally trying to or not, you know, at least make a difference, a good difference. So fuck yeah. We'll catch you on the flip. Catch you tomorrow. We got Bluminati Nights tomorrow on this channel. Let's go.
Later, Gators.
Much love.
Ooh-wee.
I want my XRP castle. I got my XRP castle. I'm in my XRP castle. I want my, it's that PG123 castle pit. Castle pit. Castle pit. It's that PG123 castle pit. Castle pit. Castle pit. I'm in my castle now. Living lavish now. Yeah, we held it down. Now we hold the ground. No one knows us now, cause it's a ghost town. Rocket engines loud. Rockets boosting now. Turbocharged sound. Supersonic pow. Into another round. And now we hold the helm. Don't be overwhelmed. You never handled well, but now you living well. And now we running round like a touchdown. Dancing all around, cause we run the town. If you ain't hear us then, I bet you hear us now. And when I'm gonna sell, when it's pumping, at 2K I'ma dump it. Buy it back when it's slumping, double up my nuggets. Copy me, you gonna love it. Not advice but trust it, no discussion. Yes, we bustin', throttle thrusting. The moon we touching, we keep on crushing. It was nothing. Keep on pumping. XRP castle. I got my XRP castle. I'm in my XRP castle. I want my, it's that PG123 castle pit.
About to build me a castle.
Castle pit.
About to build me a castle. For XRP without a hassle.
It's that PG123 castle. About to build me a castle. About to build me a castle. Bought XRP without a hassle. With XRP blow, I'ma build me a castle. Bought some more XRP without a hassle. Taught myself out of my digital assets. Graduated, flipping the tassel. Ignore the haters, all they do is babble. Bullets beat on my desk like a gavel. The moon on the list of places we gon' travel. Sit back, watch how this bull run unravel. Ooh, investing money to make me more money in this asset class and it's new. I got my ledger with XRP on it. It stick to me just like it's glue. I'm bullish, I'm bullish, I'm bullish, I'm bullish. Don't really know about you. XRP vision, I see with precision. The masses can't see without you. About to build a castle, can't forget the moat. Got my bags packed, I ain't missed the boat. No. Say you understand, but you really don't. Say you gon' invest, but you really won't. You ain't get the message, you ain't get the note. XRP the best, we don't need to vote. Greatest of all time, that's all she wrote. XRP the GOAT. Yes, I made this choice and I did not do this mistakenly. No. I know where this spaceship going, I'm waiting so patiently. Yes, sir. I invest in XRP and I do it so blatantly. You know it. I don't deal with haters, can't let them get close to me. Nah, get away from me, get away from me.
I want my XRP castle. I want my XRP castle. I want my XRP castle. I want my sitting in my castle, top floor, top floor, top floor, top floor. Sitting in my castle, top floor, top floor, top floor, top floor, top floor.
Jackpot, bitch! Mainnet, bitch! I'm rich, bitch! Millionaire, bitch! Billionaire, bitch! Trillionaire, bitch! Quadrillionaire, bitch! 50,000x, bitch! 100,000x, motherfucker! Ching ching, motherfucker! Slice and dice, bitch! Unlimited and boundless prosperity and riches is coming your way now. It's coming your way, motherfuckers! Get ready!
Coffee time with Berserker and Uncle Buster. Doors open. Good to see you. You know where the coffee pot is.
This is Berserker.
Yo, this is Uncle Buster. Get a cup. Let's talk crypto.
Yeah, dude. This coffee's bomb.
Nothing comes between me and my XRP. All in.